Okay, they can hear us. They can see us. Oh fuck! I just dragged a whole bunch of frame stuff away. Control Z. The break screen was about to be like halfway off of the damn window. Hello, everyone. Welcome to High Road. That was our little technical difficulty. We got it out of the way at the end, so of course everything will run very smooth this whole time. We join our heroes.
As always.
Of course, we join our heroes as they set out across the waves. They have just defeated a treacherous coven of hags at their home of Hagmaw, and letting one go and having killed two. They're doing pretty good on numbers.
Wait, did you say their home was called Hagmaw?
Yeah, like the maw of the hag's maw, Hagmaw. Yeah,
I thought that was a joke.
I mean, no,
Who names their place after that?
they're not. Nobody's laughing now.
Because it's empty.
Yeah, so the party has progressed across the definitely not grand line. You know, two little townlets, three little islets, and they've made some friends along the way, traveled across the lands, if you will. They have accrued a larger crew, if you will. And they have moved towards the center of their journey. However, at this point, you turned the wind along a long open path, and all that awaits you next is the wide blue, the long blue, even. Do you have any particular business in Magula that you would see to before you head out?
Um, how is that? What's that kid's face again? Not kid. I think you said he wasn't a kid. He was like an adult.
I will
But
I will take us to Magula and or jog my own memory with that. Yeah, Bokan and his dad
there you go.
Flokan and Mr. Shady Guy Roy Bart. Yeah. So you guys come by Magula to rejuvenate your stocks either way. You note some of the piratical types seem to be out of port, and trade and fishing continues. The people are grateful to hear of the defeat of the hag, and there's a general celebration. The man who you helped with the slaying of the beast, Ishi, is overwhelmed, and he offers a toast to the shade of the mountain and the crew of the fair trade.
Yay, alcohol.
That night, in addition to repairs, there was indeed a great fete, and the people of the island bring forth necklaces of shells and beads which have been painted with the faces of the sea, evocative cool colors swirling, with golden hints of starlight in the black edges.
I'm not gonna lie, Lee, when you said that, I imagined like shells that actually had like little faces on them. I was like,
Just draw a little smiley face.
My group takes a look at it. I'll be fine. I'm sure it's not cursed.
Yeah, that's all I can think is like little faces. Like, no, that's fine. This is normal, right? Right? Yeah. I'm not from around here. I'm sure it's normal. How is Falcon doing, huh? Is he progressing well in his druid ways?
Bokan is, working on the balance of nature and what he's learned, and how to not, fuck up the ecology of the island. He's still trying to encourage
Don't
his
worry,
dad and
that's
the
already
farmers
happened.
to not fuck up the ecology even worse than it already is. You don't think he necessarily succeeded yet, but he seems to be taking the affairs of the island more seriously, so his dad is vaguely approving. So yeah.
That's approving of this?
Well, he's glad that his son is like taking an interest in, running the town and the island.
Uh,
But, not necessarily of the whole nature thing. Parents. kids. So, yeah, everybody has a lovely time, and after some feasting and drinking, and day of repairs the next day, by around mid-sun, you are ready to depart. Is there anything that you'd be sure to do in the meantime?
I don't have anything. No, I
Did
can't think
our
of anything.
ship get extra repaired since we took longer?
Yep. So the ship is all shipshape. Teehee. Get it? Ship
But yeah.
shape.
I don't know.
So cold.
Yeah, so everything is...
Did we? Sorry, did we officially give our response to the mayor about the whole let's go?
I believe you.
off this?
I believe you somewhat formally curved him. You were like, nah.
Okay. I
Like,
I didn't
May-
remember if we like tabled it and then we talked about it and then forgot to like get back to him, or
We'll get back to you.
and then never gets back.
You're gonna.
We thought about it, right? Maybe.
You put your ear to a seashell on some distant shore hunting treasures and hear the voices of the mayor calling, per my last email. But yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say we were gonna listen to Conch, like SpongeBob.
Yeah, it would be the sound of the sea, but the sound of the sea would be, your inbox.
Oh, can I do that? Can I listen to the Conch, see where it wants to take me?
Yeah, you find a
What
random
does it say?
roll me survival to just like you're at the party, you've been drinking, but you're like immune to getting drunk, and you just hop out and start looking
Yeah,
for a
just be
show.
funny,
Yeah,
you know.
roll me a survival. Roll me a survival.
Yeah, it doesn't like saying
Okay,
it's good.
okay. You find a conch. It doesn't take you very long. You find a conch. You dig it up. You dig it. It takes the a little while to remember how rolling dice works, but it doesn't take too long. I see. So you
That's a
put,
low
you,
number. What
you-
the
you-
fuck?
you put it up to your ear, and
Huh?
you feel a
Right
sharp bite as as you realize, oh, there's a crustacean living in it. You drop it, and they quickly scuttle. They try and scuttle away.
Do hermit crabs taste good?
Roll me nature.
I can't imagine.
I can't imagine they don't.
We have plenty of crab. Actually, did they finish it all while we went and fucked off?
There's way too much fucking crab. No, there's still. I mean, it's been made into like crab cake and such to preserve it longer. Like salted crab meat. It's not just like out there raw, but there's still crab. There's still crab. You're
I
gonna
know what
be eating
11
crab
is.
for a week. What's up? 11? Yeah. You've never cooked a hermit crab, just as it happens. You're not quite sure. You never tasted one.
Oh, we're all about doing new things out here. What's that fucking crab? It's getting cooked tonight.
Give me a
I feel like you're not gonna be able to get much meat off of it.
Probably not.
give me a melee or range attack at your preference to run down and kill the crab.
Is he doing this within the vicinity of?
Yeah, like on the beach.
Dirt Boy?
Dude boy cannot
Oh.
watch it, but like you run up with a dagger.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, you're lucky though. You almost stab your hand, but then it slides off and in and around and stabs the crab, killing it in one fell motion without damaging the shell whatsoever.
Woo!
You're lucky.
All right, now I guess I'll just put this over fire. Well, it's still attached to the knife. I just put it over fire. I was like, probably tastes fine.
Googling are hermit crabs
crab.
edible?
It's about sending a message, all right?
What kind of message are you sending?
I will eat you. To all the other little crabs.
No, not the big ones though. So yeah, you roll me a survival show. You cook up the hermit crab.
Alright, well, I'm sure this can only go well.
So meanwhile, it's during this like nighttime revelry, What are Lonnie and Zion doing
Woo,
while
15.
Tento is just riding around in the sands, grabbing shells, getting bit, stabbing things?
Zion's probably just gonna keep researching Dwarven runes.
You're hitting the books. You feel as if though, if you could find a new source of fresh examples, you'd be able to apply all of this studious academic research that you've built up. If only there was a good place concentrated with a lot of dwarvish runes, somewhere you were going.
If only.
Has it been a
How's
long
that?
rest left?
That's what I say. Are you
yet?
buying something?
Has it been how long?
Has it been a long rest yet?
Yeah. I think you've had a long rest.
Oh, Shin's here.
Ooh.
Oh, did it break our placements?
Oh, my bad.
It may not have.
So you cook up
You just need to flip me and Shin.
No, let Kai become Banjo for a day, and Shin can
Ah.
be Zion.
Yes.
This can only end well.
Mhm.
Alright, I'm sorry. You might have to say goodbye to Zion then.
I don't think Zion's that easy to kill.
Challenge accepted.
That's what I'm saying. Don't say that.
It's okay.
Zion just
Shin
found
will not try and ultimately fail.
Zion
Time
for
to
whatever
find the
reason
nearest.
just found like a gallon of bleach. Does bleach exist in this world? I don't know, but it found it.
Yeah. So you have a mild white meat. Kind of tastes like if a lobster and a shrimp had a baby in like a salty pool.
Like most seafood.
Yeah. So
How does
you eat the hermit crab, and Lonnie, what are you up to while the revelry of the afternoon and night proceeds?
I guess eating crab? I don't know.
Just enjoying some crab. Like, yeah, it's a nice night for crab. We're gonna get out of here tomorrow.
The next couple of nights will be for crab too.
It's a nice week for crab. It's a sailor's life for crab. My God. So
Will the crab survive that long?
yeah, well, so it's already dead. The question is how long it'll last.
Yeah,
It's
how
salted.
long would be safe to eat?
Yeah, it's salted and they're caked and such.
That
I'm
seafood
sorry, did
goes
we-
even faster than other meats, though.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen that that cured fish that's like really thick and they have like their own like special like mandolin thing that they use to cut it?
Mm.
I forgot what it's called.
Mm. The mandolin they used to cut meat. What?
They use a I know it's a Japanese thing, but they use like a special like wooden box that it's basically like a mandolin. It's like really like tough cured fish, and they use like shavings of it.
Are you talking about katsuobushi?
Is that
the fish flakes?
Yeah, I think
Like
so.
or what is the English? The dancing fish flakes is what they call it in English.
the dancing fish?
Is that what you're talking about?
Let me Google that real quick. Dancing.
Look up
Fish.
bonita flakes.
Kaban show. After you return from the Hag's Maw, you spend one revelrous night in Magula, where there is, a bit of a party put on for the defeat of the Hags. What do you do?
I am gonna try to interrogate our local sea hag, or I guess wannabe sea hag. I want to see if she knows anything about the Rebel Blade, because I don't think she's seen it, or she's seen me use it, because we separated before I pulled it out. And then she didn't follow us into the dimension, so
So you whip it out in front of who?
I don't whip it out to anyone. Not that kind of stream.
Oh my god.
But no, I believe she hasn't seen me use the rubber blade. Because we got separated, then I pulled it out,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But I do inquire about it, and I want to ask that the sea hag of the Salt was talking about it. Or no, not Salt. So we killed Salt first.
So you want?
No, it was
Wait.
Salt. It was Salt.
It was
that
Salt?
was-
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, no, I
because it
thought
was
it
her
was
domain.
Waves, was it not?
No,
Huh?
the sea hag of Salt said you've unleashed the rebel blade.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm trying to inquire
The
about
Waves one asked you to kill her specifically with the Rebel Blade.
that. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm. So who you trying to talk to the captain about this?
No, to what was her name? Medulla?
All right,
That's
one
on
moment.
T.
We have the shipboard for this. Tegala? You mean
Sorry,
this
Tegala.
this person?
Sorry,
This
Tegala.
person. Oh God! Wait, no. My headset is my headphone dying? Oh no.
No, we can hear you fine at the moment.
Yeah, but I thought I heard the doo 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 doo. So, Kiwancho, you have the thought to do that, but then you decide to talk to one of your party members about it first, while the DM runs upstairs to make sure his headset doesn't die in the middle of the session.
Hey Zion. Oh, sorry. Are you busy right now? Okay. Thanks for your advice, Zion.
I like that bit better. It's just like completely ignores him.
Is
Turn
Kai
around, I'm like, man,
frozen?
No.
at least he could have at least looked up.
No.
All right, I go find Alani.
I don't think Kai
Wait,
is
no.
frozen. I think
no,
Kai
is
just
Kai
did it.
frozen?
Oh.
Is Kai just literally
Oh,
just
he's
sitting
muted.
there? No, but it does not look like he's moved.
Oh, he might have frozen.
That is a
that's-
face to
I
freeze
thought he
on.
was just having that smug
Yeah.
face the whole
I
time.
know.
watching me.
That was oh, he left.
No, he got disconnected. I'm like, okay,
I was,
Zion.
oh, his PC
Thanks.
crashed.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks for your
Kai
time.
actually froze at like the perfect face because I honestly thought he was just like fucking with you.
I thought he was too.
too.
All right, Zion. Thanks for your time. And go find Lonnie. Hey, Lonnie.
Okay.
Do you have a second?
What is Lonnie doing?
Yeah.
So now that I guess not handled, but now that things are calmed down a little bit, I was gonna go talk to Tegala and if she knew anything about the Rebel Blade. I don't know if you wanted to be a part of that conversation, but I thought someone else should know before I do this. You know, the thought came across that I should probably tell people that I'm doing something before I just go do it.
That feels like an underhanded jab at Lonnie, but okay. I mean, I haven't really seen Tegala. It should be fine. Even if something, yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Zion.
Welcome back. Actually, Zion.
I don't know if you heard any of that.
Kyle, you should go look at the.
The chat.
Actually, you caught Zion at a bad time. It was actually rebooting the moment you were trying to talk to it. You know, Zion needs to reset his system sometimes, you know, just to make sure it gets all the updates.
And you had a smug smile while I'm like, hey, Zion, can you help me? You just not moving, smug smile the whole time.
You see the picture?
I did not
Oh.
see the picture.
Go look at the chat.
It's in the group chat. It's really good.
All right.
It was a long while. It was like, is he frozen or is this just a
Is he
bit?
frozen? Just fucking with us.
Yeah, Lonnie, as I said, I am concerned about what the Sea Hag said. And I do need to figure things out. There is a lot more history to this thing than I know than what history has been recorded.
I mean,
So-
I don't know if like won't. It probably won't hurt to ask, but I'm not sure if Tegala's gonna know.
I don't know, but I'll keep you guys posted on what
So
if
you
Tegala knows anything.
you head over to say hello to Tagal, and I guess this is happening sort of like, on the land, if you will. And you go up to Tegala, and you're both, you're on the island, enjoying the sand, the sun, the drink, the fun. Tegala, despite the oddness of her appearance, feels finally at peace amongst these people, and they embrace all of you as the champions who defeated the vicious hags.
Speaking of which, does Tegala look visibly different, or is she like still?
She still has
becoming
got like
hag-like?
the red coral hair and such, but she seems more vim and vigor in her, form. So she still got like the green drapery fit and all that, Joan.
Hey Tegala, while we were fighting the salty bitch,
We're just coming
she
into
said
this.
something very interesting. Something that we've come across in the past. She mentioned something about the Rebel Blade. Do you know anything about that?
And Tegala says the Rebel Blade. Is it related to the sea or its lore?
Not that I know of.
I'm more about like the Trident of the Storms kind of person.
I mean, it's a blade that was associated with Akechi,
A Kahoo?
came from like a fisherman village.
Mm. Oh,
Maybe?
I confess I don't think I've ever heard of this Akechi.
Insight check. Wait, did she say who? I missed that. If she did.
Hoot?
She said
She was like,
Kahoo.
who?
No.
Akechi Akahu?
It's pretty sus, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what?
Sust is an owl.
It could be an owl, could be a sea hag, but
Why'd
it
you
is a
leave out
13.
just debating that? What do you think is gonna happen?
I don't know. Now I'm paranoid. Someone mentioned,
Oh my god.
but yeah, so 13.
A 13. Alright. You'd think that she, is someone who's like a good deal from away from where you came from and focused a bit more on hag lore. So it's just she just legitimately has never heard of this.
Okay.
Now, the hags clearly knew what it was, but Tegala kind of tried to be their apprentice and kind of didn't really make it. So
Yeah.
it's not like
Still
she got
wanted.
told. She never got told everything, and they were never going to tell her everything. So it's perfect. It's to Kabancho. It makes perfect sense that she might just not know everything that her mistresses knew.
Okay. All right. Well, sorry to bother you about this thing.
That's quite all right. If you could show it to me, I might be able to divine its magical properties if that's what you're after.
No, I'm not after that. But it's something that it's I guess a relic of the past that we came across in our adventure, and it was just interesting that it came up here, so far away from its origin.
Tegala nods and says, "Came up." And did you explain to her that the hags mentioned it?
Yeah, I'd said that the hags mentioned
Yeah,
it, but that's
she
all I said
says-
about it.
The hags had knowledge of many things near and far. I never fully understood how they knew everything they knew. But I know that a lot of the lore of the sea they gleaned from those from below.
Cthulhu? Do we have Cthulhu in this game too?
Didn't say that. She didn't say all that.
But she also did not say it.
All right. Well, hopefully you can be at a little more peace now that 2 out of 3 of them are gone.
Yes.
And as long as you are a crew of that ship, the Sea Hag cannot come after you.
Of course.
Not to say that you're, shackled to that ship or anything.
No,
do as you will,
I'm finally free to choose, and I think that I want to be with the fair trade, at least to see through this expedition that you're on. It would feel wrong to leave you now after everything you've done for me.
Plus, Sea Hag is, I'm assuming,
Gonna die.
still nearby.
Yeah, that
Protection is, unfortunately, associated with that ship specifically and the crew of that ship.
Yeah, I think I'll be getting off on board a nice mainland port.
All right. Well, thank you for your help on the island and getting us to leave their domain at one point.
Of course.
I don't think we could have done it without you.
She seems flattered, and she gives a little bow, and she says, "It was all my pleasure to right some of the wrongs." And meanwhile, so the party proceeds. The day comes, and as high noon approaches, the ship's repairs are completed. However, in the night, there are dreams.
We love those, right, guys?
Yes, there is.
I like them when they're not with Lonnie.
There.
Someone else gets a turn, right? Right?
Uh-oh. You'll never get it. Lonnie feels.
They never saw it coming.
Oh man, who would have thunk it? Huh?
Someone needs to deal with this bullshit sometime.
Lonnie awakens in her cabin. Not your cabin, I mean. You in your corner of the ship, and it's dark out. It's strange. It's almost like darkness emanates from above, but as you look there, you see a red moon washing light over the ship. Bilgy water pools around your feet, and the ship creaks.
Lumi, where are you?
Lumi is nowhere to be seen. You are alone. The ship looks overgrown, as if though of the haunted ghost house version of your ship. There is no light here, only the red moon above.
Lonnie wants to find the stairs upstairs and get out of the water.
You scamper up the stairs. As you do, they bray and creak and nearly crack beneath you. As you come the deck of the ship, you see a whirlpool all around, illumined by the red light.
Is there anyone on the ship?
Yes. Behind you on the forecastle, there is a woman with golden hair. You see 2 burning pillars of energy to either side of her. There is a hand in the sky, you see. A goblet holds what you took to be the moon, and you realize is in fact blood. Blood pouring from a golden goblet, huge in the sky, splashing down into the ocean, pulling apart in a whirlpool, tainting the sea as red as blood. A mist begins to rise, and you feel something burrowing down, apart, bringing you closer to something that begins to twirl your mind. Something that you are reminded of when you summon your angels, when you call down your divine weapon. Closer to it, but not going to the same place. And then you see Hylara the Moonstruck, a winter elf. Winter elf you have dreamed of before. She is at the very precipice. The ship's forward beam. She stands on it above the whirlpool. The ship careens at the very edge of disappearing down towards a bottom you cannot see into the swirling darkness of a red sea. She looks down, but you feel as if though she is aware of your presence.
Can you stop the ship from sinking, please? Hello?
She heaves a long sigh and says, "It should have been me."
That's cool, but
The power of the Oracle, and all you can do is stammer? Is this what you were chosen for?
I don't think that was really the time to talk about that.
Her fists ball, and she turns around you, which rounds upon you. You see emerald eyes begin to wash pure red. The red that your powers flash when you call upon them. And her eyes pierce yours. And she points, and she says, "It should have been me," as a red lightning crack descends right into the deck between you. Red fire grows all around. The front half of the boat cracks off, and she descends as red light bursts from her and twists her form. There is a flashing of those two beams of energy from the woman with golden hair behind you, and a cackling laugh. And in the sky, for an instant, the regal man in his coat, holding, larger than life, holding the goblet, the blood from which you thought was the moon. And in an instant, Chook. So anyway, it's the next day and everybody is up, cheery,
Nice.
happy,
Everyone else
great
is nice,
time,
huh?
had a party.
Okay.
Everybody else dreamed
Had a
of
nice
like
dream.
having a nice time. Yeah.
Everyone's a strong word.
Everyone else dreamed of like, like having a nice time, counting sheep, nothing in particular, being back home, their favorite meal, petting puppies. Meanwhile, Lonnie, you awaken.
Wait, there's puppies we can pet?
Not in your dream. The puppy was
Not
absent from
your dream, there aren't.
You awaken with puppy next to you as Lumi kind of like nudges you and thinks you look like you smell scared. What happened?
I mean, I imagine I've been telling Lumi about this. She's a drow, right?
Yeah,
Or a winter elf. Sorry.
Yeah, basically, like if you were to, yes, she's a dark elf.
The winter elf. I saw and have been kind of looking for. I don't think I want to find her anymore. I think I want to stay far away from her.
And Lumi thinks we can't run from our destiny if we are to deny it. My pack, your tribe, can't go back until we see this through, even if it's for you to shove it back on whoever gave it to you.
I mean, I guess it sounds like she might know who might.
Then what are we waiting for? We have to chase her. If she knows, then that's all the information you've been looking for. And if you'd like to, reminder, you have some beads and some practice you can do if you want to roll religion.
Oh yeah.
And gain additional interpretation.
Let's go do that. Is it just a religion roll?
Yep. I forget if you have a bonus or something to it, but I think you just make a religion roll. You take out your beads and you meditate on what you've learned and you pray and sadly,
can I guidance this?
You could try.
You can certainly try.
No, I do not roll 3d4 there.
Alright.
Man, I thought it was gonna be a 1 as well.
Well, with an 8, you're like, well, there were 3 people in my dream. And I'm pretty sure, one of them is real. So maybe the other 2 are real as well. That's about as far as your insights get.
A
Is-
plus Lonnie.
Would you want to take this to any other crew members, either party members or just people on the boat who happen to know stuff who might be able to help you with your dream lore?
I think I'm gonna ask Treadfar if he knows about
What, you don't want
the
to go to
middle
Tigala
of the
like I
fucking
did?
sea.
You sure you don't want to go to Zion?
Going to Zion has a great
I'm going to
track record
Treadfar
thus far.
first.
All right, so you had to tread far. They're in the four, captain's quarters cabin, and you come up, and they are deep in reading a tome. As I try and find where the and they look up and say, "Oh, Lonnie, a pleasure. Why, it's almost like we're back in Sorojo. How can I help you?" They say, closing a book called On Immortality.
I presume you studied the ocean before we set out on this journey.
Why, of course. I've booked up on all of my sea lore and relevant topics.
I don't suppose the name a winter elf that's named Talara the Moonstruck rings any bells?
Ilara the Moonstruck. Ilara the Moonstruck. Ilara the... Can't say that it does. Is there a particular context that you know this person to be from?
I don't know. I've had a couple dreams about her. She's definitely in the middle of the ocean, although I guess it's a place, but
Can you just... And you... She's in the middle of the ocean. These dreams, they're your dreams. You're seeing things as they are? Or...
yeah, I tried to scribe for her. I forget. Did I ever actually find her? But a vague, but not.
You got a...
Did I ever see her in scrying?
You didn't get to see her in scrying, but you did scry towards her, and you do know that she's further into the sea in the direction you're going.
Yeah, I haven't. I guess seen her yet, but I'm pretty sure she's real.
You say she's a winter elf. Could you describe her a little more for me?
Very short hair.
Anything unusual about her appearance?
Very red eyes sometimes.
Red.
Green otherwise. Right, they were green otherwise.
Yeah, so, he says, and this winter elf, say her name is Tylara. Almost familiar. And she has a very unusual appearance with red eyes. Anything...
I think only when she uses magic.
Do you know anything else about her that might give us a lead on who or what she is or her importance? Did she strike you as a threatening figure or a potential ally?
I think threatening.
Well.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know for sure, but she might be, I guess, more closely related to the Fae than I guess elves typically are.
They think about it and they say, "Could you describe me your dream in detail?" Parentheses, you can just say you do, and I can, we can skip that part if you want. Like if you just want to tell Treadfar XYZ happened.
Yeah, I'll tell them. Although I think Lonnie would not necessarily would say the things that she said, but not make it sound like it was directed at her.
Oh, okay. So you Treadfar's it's curious. I wonder who this Tylara was addressing. Well,
I wonder.
Here's what I think based on my knowledge of dream science. There are three significant figures you are going to be drawn between One of them has lofty ambitions or goals above all else, and he is willing to create unlimited chaos to see them through.
And the
One of
gremlin
them-
of me in real life is like chaos.
One of
There
them
you
is
go.
watching. One of them is watching from behind, implying opportunism or sinister intention. You fled to safety and came upon this person looking away from you as they took in another danger. This has a variety of meanings, but if my intuition is correct, it means the dream was extending an aura of trust between the two of you. Dreadfar taps and says, I wonder who she could have been talking to. Could have been... Well, I digress. I think the dream wants you to trust her, or feel as if though she is vulnerable in a way that one could trust, but she's also facing the same danger you are, because you were both facing the vortex when you came upon her. And I don't think she's expecting you, but you know about her. But we do need to keep in mind that these dreams come from somewhere, in addition to being expressions of the subconscious knowledge and mind. I would use your own discretion with deciding whether or not you trust the source of the dream.
Two questions. One, Trevor's talking about the right.
Sorry, could you...
Trevor's talking about the golden hair figure.
No, with the golden hair
Or
figure... No. The golden hair figure is the one who watches from behind, implying opportunism or sinister intentions.
Oh, okay.
The person who they're saying might be, like, you know, showing vulnerability to you and perhaps an expression of, like, trust is Tylara.
Okay.
That being said, Treadfar also thinks that all the dialogue lines were, like, shouted at the ocean or no one in particular.
Lonnie's just gonna say, I don't. She sounded kind of angry though. She was talking about those powers.
Perhaps she's jealous of the one above who was pouring the goblet, which appeared to be something related to great... Dreadfar goes pale for a minute and says, what color is Tylara's hair?
White?
Oh. And does she stand about 6 feet tall? Maybe has some face details that look unusual? Pirate?
Can Lonnie tell how tall 6 feet tall, or is tall just tall?
I mean, it's when you're that short, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's up to you if you think so. But she looked tall.
What about the face details?
You've seen Tylara's face morph with red light before, and like cracked to the veins and stuff.
I guess Lonnie will mention that, and it's like, I mean, I don't know if 6 feet exactly. She's taller than me,
Treadfar-
although that's not hard to
Treadfar-
do.
Redfar goes pale and says, well, there's a woman named Drowned Tyla, one of the 3 pirate captains who lead the Grail Pirates. She's a winter elf, short white hair, eyes glow red. She also has a few unique facial details normally associated with tieflings or crustaceans. And, a golden-haired woman. Those 2 beams of power were her swords that could have been Grace the Golden in her pure melds. And, oh no, the Scarlet... Redfar puts their hands in their horns, rubs them, and says, okay. I think you saw the leaders of the Grail pirates in your dream.
Weren't
If-
they also on this island? Are they still here?
Yes, but that was one of their sub-captains. It wasn't any of their leaders, and they departed before we got back. They're a very powerful fleet of pirates. They have several ships under their command, and frankly, I mean, it's hard to substantiate rumors, but I believe they have a certain very powerful magical artifact that they base their group around. I only did cursory research into them as one of the potential threats. Based on the intelligence that I and the captain were able to retrieve, they've reduced their pirate activity and have been moving more to the east. We didn't expect them to be a threat.
Okay, let's say, hypothetically, I mean, I don't know if I was like myself in the dream or someone else, but what if what Tylara was saying was directed at in my direction in the dream?
Use the word oracle.
Hypothetically.
She used the word oracle and looked at you and talked about your power?
I mean, I was kind of worried about the water. I don't know if that was me or someone
But-
else.
Lonnie, if that's the case, then it sounds like she knows where your power comes from and wants it for
I
herself.
don't think I've told Treadfar about this, have
yeah.
I?
Oh, wait. So yeah, here's a question. Treadfar, what does Treadfar know about Lonnie, like, for real?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I think we met Treadfar early enough that like
Lonnie
Lonnie
was still playing it real close to the chest, but I think you do scrying shit. I think you did scrying shit that Treadfar knew about, right?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gone to him
Alright.
about dreams before.
Yeah. So I would say they would say, like, well, they mentioned oracular powers. I know you have some great scrying ability. Is it possibly related to that?
I'm not sure. Just if she was talking to me, how bad would that be? If that is one of the girl pirate captains.
The Grail pirates are formidable. We could probably take on one, but to be frank, there would be casualties amidst the crew. If we were to fight the whole Grail pirate command staff together, I would say we should run. But they have no reason to get in our way. We're going to a basically uncharted island, and it doesn't have any association with buried pirate gold or anything like that. I don't see why they would be chasing Harpy.
Yeah. How much longer is this till our destination again?
We're probably about to be in for a good week on the Long Blue. After that, we'll come to some of the nearby islands that I have chart information from, and that the islanders sometimes trade with. From there, we'll make our final approach. I'm so excited. We're finally about to be the cusp of holding the very sand of Harpy's heart in our hands.
Well, hopefully we'll get there really soon.
Yes. The sooner the better.
Molly's gonna go make an awkward exit.
Whoop. Yeah, you started right the fuck out of there. Meanwhile,
And, yep.
so everybody else, as you get back on the ship and get going, do you have anything in particular that you keep in mind or do, other than obviously Zion's doing some research? Bento and Kabansha, what are you up to?
We are having this philosophical debate about some creatures of a far-off land.
Yeah, you're in a cabin having a philosophical debate about creatures of a far-off land. What do you say about them?
Zan, is this like Cyclopean? What kind of place do you go and just capture the locals like that? Did you go to the...
I don't know. I think the kid was like crazy, but he was capturing them. I think he was using like a spherical or a cube-like device to capture all of them. I don't know.
You said he
It
was
was
crazy
weird.
about his hat. That's definitely a wizard. Wizards are oily like attached to their hats.
Are they? Is
Yeah,
that a
I'm sure
wizard thing?
wizards can catch things.
Can wizards catch things?
Yeah, Tento, that's called a familiar. You're being stupid.
But
Okay, I don't know if
he
the
was
catch familiars. I'm pretty sure they
That's what I was like,
sure.
but I thought you were given familiar. I didn't know you like caught them in like magical devices.
I don't know. I think you're crazy. You're eating too much
I'm
food,
glad
Chip.
y'all had a productive conversation while I'm freaking the fuck out.
Look at all this lore, guys.
You can scroll through the chat. It's
Meanwhile-
all canon now.
Meanwhile,
And he
in
hasn't
this
rejected
corner-
any piece of information we've discussed. It's all
Yeah.
canon.
Oh yeah, that's true. He hasn't said no to any of this
Zion
stuff. So
is gonna start making a shield with the bison fish skull.
that's cool.
It's also gonna add in. Where was it? Some stomach lining.
Yes, you create an acid-resistant shield. A big acid-resistant shield. Where you begin creating. Right, you're obviously. Give me a Tinkerer's tools for your first go at it.
Wait, did you, the acid resistant character, make a big acid resistant shield?
I'm
No,
not acid
Zion's
resistant.
poison resistant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was acid resistant. My bad. I was like, wait a second. This seems a little redundant, but you do you, boo.
So you create a potent. You begin to stretch the flesh over the bone, and then you begin to alchemically fuse them at certain tension points and reinforce it with various struts, and you have a pretty potent shield, you would say, that you're creating. In fact, yeah, you're definitely creating a big shield, although there becomes a juncture where, like, structurally you have to decide. Are you gonna create like a cartoonishly large shield that is practically walking around with cover that you like dig into the ground and shit? Or like you're like a hero shooter person, or do you crack it into two like large but manageable tower shields and get 2 for 1? If you have like the really big one, someone would probably have to like deploy it, but it would probably like confer total immunity to acid to those behind it and like act as cover and shit like that. But it would be kind of unwieldy for whoever had to run around with it on their arm. The tower shields would probably be closer to like traditional upgraded shields, but they would also have an interaction with acid.
Probably the double.
The double is in the double wide, or is in the 2?
The 2.
So, yeah, you create the tower, the Bison Skull Tower Shield. They are +1 shields. As a reaction, the wielder may reduce all incoming AoE acid damage to 0 and have incoming acid damage from attacks or spell attack. You got them all stretched up, and they look like the fused thing looks almost like a video game tanning rack, in that it's like there's like the white skull rim around, and then like the flesh sort of comes out of it, but it's almost like calcified like rock salt, but it's this merger you've made of the intestine and the bone, and sort of, you know, like cracks up in its own firm fashion. Yeah, it's overall +3 AC shield. So
Nice.
go with two of them. Important. Next two. Yeah, 2 were made. So, ting, ting, ting. you got your project. You guys have a lovely conversation. Lonnie, you get a little spooked by your conversation with Treadfar. Gregorios, is walking around with a big box of fruits, and he's like, "Hey, we need to get Tento in here. We need to cook." And the various people are like, "Oh, I love Tento's cooking. Oh, I love that crab." And
Yeah.
Norbel says, "We're going to be eating
Wasn't there
crab
someone
for
else?
a long time."
Oh yeah, I thought someone else cooked the crab because Sento failed.
Tento attempted, but I thought Tento gave up
I don't.
or like passed it off or something.
I think.
I think it passed it off.
I
Yeah.
think he did, but I can't remember to who. It's all right. He still got a lot of credit for it. Bell,
Dang, taking credit wherever you can. I see.
Bell
Yeah.
herself,
What else was I supposed to do?
is helping move stuff around that she's purchased, and the crew is lively as ever. Kyrak is trying to, spin some stories. Rashuna is jonesing for an excuse to shoot something, and Alfoons mostly stares longingly into the middle distance and says to himself, "The hag that got away. One day you will try this ship. That is the day you will."
What an edgy boy.
Yeah, I mean, he's the left. The question is, who do you think is more edgy? it's him and Rashuna, the
Kabancho.
paladins.
Oh.
Valid. I mean, Kabancho is just the edgiest of all, of course.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, they're competing for second place, not first.
Damn.
You should be proud. Kabancho's the first in edginess.
Phytar mostly sits in the middle of the ship and
I was saying, how is Pride
stands
Phytar
up
doing?
and like grabs a whole bunch of rope and hoiks really fast, and the sails get hoisted almost instantly, and just hands it back to everyone who ties it up. Tegala's learned a little bit more about doing rope work, and she can use her cantrips to move some of the rigging faster as well. So a lot of the ship has grown more efficient thanks to your new additions.
Wait, what about was his name Blub?
Glub? Oh, yes.
The Fishman.
Glub, let me go to the crew and shipboard. Blub.
How is he doing?
Blub is, people are kind of like, and Blub mostly hops around. Like, he clearly knows what's going on. He's got his little fish arms, but, he's got a lot of lore of the sea. And he goes, Blub, you wanna move that one? And they're like, oh, thank you, Blub. So Blub, he's a great helper. And he's always moving around, always interested in keeping swimming, as it were. The ship isn't at first sure how to feel about him, but as time goes on, they grow more understanding. His unique perspective.
It's not like you can find like good help. It's hard to find good help in the sea.
Ooh.
Right, so
The crew continues to work together and grow together. You bond with the various people who've come to join you, like Sadiq, who you saved from a pirate attack, or Lieutenant Cassandra, who you fought bravely alongside, or Vairabi, who's just happy to be here. And over time, a few days pass, and you're... Yep, sorry, yes?
Is the novice gone?
No, the novice is not. Novin the novice continues to
Still
stick
here?
around.
can he like
and-
finally be promoted to not be a novice so Gamacho can
Yeah,
like,
is
stop
that
trying
what
to
he's
kill him?
saying?
Yeah,
that happens, something's gonna
so he can be safe. For
The day that happens, it's gonna trigger my trap card.
Also, Lonnie would want to have tried to scry by the end of that same day.
Yeah, by all means. Roll me your tests.
Now she's looking for what is it? The Taylor the Drowned, I think.
So
It's
so the person whose name you heard Treadfar say,
Mhm.
is drowned.
Damn it!
Tyler. and you heard the name Tylara the Moonstruck, and you saw her in some strange religious contexts, and you saw her with the ocean, and now you've seen her with people who Treadfar are saying pirates, and Treadfar is saying that they're also pirates. They're also a pirate, so it's
Yeah.
it's
Pirate Queen.
Only wants to try to see if they might be the same people.
yeah, you try and focus your eye on one and then the other, and then one and then the other.
No, she's focusing on
Yes.
Tyla. On just Tyla, because she already knows what
Yeah.
Tylara looks
Yeah.
like.
So the thought of Tyla comes to your mind, and like your mind's eye flies out over the waves. Goes further, goes further, goes further. There's
Very
nothing,
far away from the ship, right?
There's
right?
nothing but water and blue and roiling water. And flying over the trees, it felt like taking in so much nature. But flying over the ocean starts to feel like drinking so much salt water. There's nothing that you can see at all that reminds you of solid, safe land. Just the rolling of the waves as your body itself, distant from where you see, is jostled by the waves. Your initial casting of your eye isn't too strong. You manage to sustain it for a long time, however. And in the distance, you see leagues on leagues on leagues, and further than the naked eye can see, and you rise far above the waves. The world curves below you. Wait, the world isn't flat? And you see ahead, ship flying a red sail. And you strain and push. Oh, but the water is starting to really get to you. Roll me a con save.
Is that everyone or is that specifically Lonnie?
Just Lonnie, because Lonnie's like had hydrophobic and has just seen all this fucking water.
Yeah, Lonnie's having an
Sounds about
episode at
right.
the moment.
Lonnie, you see someone. You see a winter elf with what looks like a crab arm, but before you can get any closer,
Crap.
your eye rolls back and you almost lose your lunch as you get terribly seasick.
I don't remember Tylara having a crab arm. We're fine. Right? Nothing bad will ever happen.
She might be a little crabby, but I'm sure she's a great person. Yeah, crabby. Get it? Yeah, thanks, Lee.
I smacked Tento.
Yeah, so
Why would you hit me?
You seem like you deserved it.
So Lonnie, you get a vague sense, like the sea inside of you, like you don't feel so good. It passes after a while, and I don't think anybody's particularly like, oh wow, Lonnie, seasick. Although Herr Alfoons does utter something and wave his hand a little, and you feel slightly calmed.
Lonnie's just gonna mutter out a weak thanks.
He nods and says, in time you will come to roll and roil with the sea. None can struggle against the waves, but if you ride them, they will magnify you.
She'll just hold up a thumbs up and go back to trying to settle her stomach.
Yep. You find with his little boost, it doesn't take you long at all, and you're feeling pretty good. And that was the end of that first day. You've done your scrying, and you find with time, you find yourself a ways into your voyage. And there's water. There's water behind you. There's water around you. There's water ahead of you. You acquired some cargo. And now you have a bit less. As people eat and they drink and they enjoy the crab. And the crab is close to gone. And people are a little sick of the crab.
Just a little.
And the crew, they do their jobs. Gregorios has, of course, purchased all of the goods. And sometimes you hear him coming to the captain and saying, Captain, we need more olive oil. how am I supposed to cook like this? And Keiko says, Gregorios, if we have more olive oil, we'll be sailing in it instead of the sea. And he says, and to think you give me your purse and tell me we only need so many barrels.
Olive oil is very important.
You know,
He wants nice, decent meals.
and Gregorios says, this is why Tento is the chef. Barbell helps move and handle all the logistics as the bosun. She's increasingly precious about people who hang around the crates. She starts to come around to Kabancho and Lonnie and ask them, seen anybody looking in this crate? And, she pops it open and counts everything and makes sure everything's where it needs to be.
Sorry, was that you're looking for something?
Making sure everything's where it needs to be. And, Barbell is always, lifting heavy things. Sometimes it seems like she just likes to pick things up, but she's also checking everything and making sure the cargo is where it's supposed to be. Particularly, she checks on the treasure. But she checks on all of them.
She's her own scale, that's why she does that.
Oh, speaking of treasure, we should probably ask if I guess Kredfar and Tegula and Phytar want to split. Oh, and which paladin did we take again?
You took...
We took up Rashuna.
Yeah, you took Rashuna. And, Rashuna, declines taking a share, saying, vengeance on that final hag will be enough. I'll get my due. And, as for Phytar says, oh, I really prefer food. Tegala sheepishly confesses that after everything I've done, I don't feel like I can share in this bounty. Please, you deserve it. You're not just heroes because you've killed villains. You're heroes because you've redeemed a villain like me. But people
Internally, Teto gags at that. It's like,
people
And
Oh, wait,
Tredfar, and I guess the ship captain that drove us over here.
yeah,
Killed us.
so you can tell with the glitter in Keiko's eye that it hurts her, but she also declines.
Oh
She
no,
said-
Keiko didn't do shit for this. The
sorry,
one who
you were
actually
the other
steered the
captain.
boat.
Oh, you meant Gentuli. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Gentuli,
the
little
one that-
rosy cheeks, is like, oh, I could use a fancy pipe and maybe something to smoke it with. Don't mind if I do. And he'll be taking a cut. Of the
Okay.
cash. And
I presume that's fine, guys. We
yeah, and Treadfar also declined
Right.
his expedition later. Yeah, so
yeah, I'm fine with the old
And-
man
and-
having a
yep.
new pipe.
Alright, so
And
split it 5.
Yeah, and Gentuli will take his share and share it with his boys, but he doesn't get they're not taking 3 shares. It's just him and his immediate tertiary crew are going to gain that money. So, yeah.
How much are we reducing this by? Or how much are we
Uh,
sharing and passing out?
5 ways.
I guess what?
Every
yeah.
party member and then Gentuli. Gentuli McCracken.
So that's 300 each, right? Because it said 1,500 worth of stuff.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
just want to make sure.
That was the description we had.
Okay. I guess I will track as 300 and pearl shells and spare treasures. Stop these compass materials.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
It should have been better.
Phytar, after popping his rock around, you do note that the lieutenant, Cassandra, says,
Ye-
Phytar, you're a natural. We're going to train you on how to really tell a distance. He's like when something's far away? No, I mean when something's 50 feet away. You're the artilleryman now. And Phytar has been promoted to the artillerist.
Yeah, go Phytar, get that promotion.
What do you give him the throw though?
So in
Cannonballs?
port, she collects round rocks, like the size of a bowling ball or a cannonball. And if someone were to throw that up really high with an arc and then crash down to the deck of your ship, the deck of your ship
That would do
and
some damage.
everything below it would have a bad fucking time. Yeah. So
That's fair.
The plan,
That's fair.
The plan is literally to have Phytar throw rocks at the other ship in the
Hey,
original fight.
that makes sense to
So-
me. It's made of wood. What are you gonna do?
So now we just have to figure out how to do I think what was it, the precipitation can make small rocks. We now need to figure out how to amplify that into boulders.
Or you just let them throw a
I
bunch
think
of
that
little
sounds
rocks.
like stone shape.
Yeah, just let 'em-
Stone shape
just let-
requires stone to shape.
That's fair.
Just let Phytar just throw a bunch of little rocks, be like a shotgun. Just blow away everything like that. All right, we got that decided.
Hey,
Beep,
not all
beep.
of us are poor anymore.
Yay.
All right, or I guess like some of us aren't poor anymore. Some of us never got to that point.
See, again, the scaling of like what my knowledge of money is in this game is just wildly like
Destroyed.
bad.
Right?
Yeah, like what is poor?
What could a banana cost? 100 gold?
You're getting so ripped
250 gold?
off.
That must be like a level 4 banana. It's like the man.
You can't put
It's
a
a
price.
mango's.
You can't put a price on the mango.
Yeah,
at this
how
point.
dare
It's
you
the
try
mango's
to put a
cousin.
price on a
Alright, I'm
mango.
sorry.
That it's like more plus levels than the goddamn like dwarf like acts of dwarven kind. It's
It's
the
a
mango,
miracle.
the mango of all fruit kind.
Bask in its glory.
Bask in its
The
glory.
plus
It's
seven
plus
mango.
7.
The plus 7 mango.
When?
If Luffy ate the plus 7 mango, he just would have shit himself and died. He couldn't have handled that. Are you kidding me? Gummy
When
fruit,
did
get
it
out of
become
here.
plus 7. Is it Satian yet? Has it grown a
No,
conscience?
It's incredibly to
To
look directly upon the plus 7 mango is to know its glory.
I
and
think
to
I
know
can
its
learn.
glory is to know the edge of what a sane creature might think.
Wait, y'all! I think I can get a spell that can grant plant sentience. Do I?
I mean, if you want to kill us all, bring forth a new almighty god. Yeah, you can. The minute that thing gains sentience, we're just all gonna be slaves to this thing. Like I don't know what we can do to beat it. It's plus 7, guys. What do we do?
Beat it. What do you mean? We're gonna join it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Whatever
sorry.
it wants to do, we'll do it. No
It'll
questions
just
asked.
be-
One,
it'll just be its
one with the
first-
mango.
It's time to start the mango cult.
Gaze upon its glory and no purpose.
We'll just start that.
Wait! Fuck this! I can also. I forgot. I can just speak with. Should I try speaking with the mango?
Don't. Your brain's gonna like explode. You won't be able to handle its divine voice.
That's like saying I wanna telepathically communicate with the mind player. Like that's just not something you do.
You just don't want it. It's just a bad idea, just in general, you know.
Okay.
This is coming from Darren, just so you know.
Baldur's Gate 3 is illithid propaganda. Do not commune with the mind flayer telepathically.
Dude,
Well,
do
you'll
not
get
do it.
powers. But yeah, there is a spell called animate plants.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh,
We
wait,
don't-
this might be Pathfinder only.
we can't.
Fuck, I
we can't
thought
bring
there
about a
was-
new religion yet. All right.
I think there's a 5e edition. By the way, I played my first game with
thought there was a
Pathfinder
5e.
yesterday. It was pretty alright.
Well, that's good.
Pretty all right. Shen, how do you take that?
I mean,
I mean,
Shin knows that I frequently, while designing Pathfinder encounters, like bitched him about how much I hate the game. So vast
Yeah.
improvement, right, Shin?
yeah. I mean, most people play Pathfinder once and just never touch it again. So
It's fine. It's fine because the
Yes.
DM is a huge Pathfinder head. So whenever we don't know a rule, he's just like, do this. You know what I mean?
At
It's kinda
least
necessary.
you're not trying to reach 0 for your AC.
0 for your
Yeah.
AC.
So the
I don't know. It's fine.
God, Daco. So you guys proceed on your adventures across the waves, and you know the waters, things sort of drift. You see a ship with a damaged mast on the horizon. Your scout, Skyturner, comes back and indicates, that ship's been attacked. There's a few people barely alive.
Any novices?
I didn't ask their rank, Kabancho.
I want to make
it's
sure
something
they're
that you kind of
alive.
see and just understand, you know.
No, Kabato. I think that's just a you thing. You
Sky,
fucking
Sky, Sky
psychopath.
Turner just blinks their huge black raven-esque eyes and says, "No."
Just like, just don't pay attention to him when he talks like this. Okay, just ignore him. I'm sorry. He's fucking crazy.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, let's go save them.
You
them
know,
novices.
coming back to life. Yeah, that takes a lot out of someone.
Keiko,
What? Who
Keiko
does that?
says, "You heard Sky Turner, lads and lasses and non-berry basses. We need to get out there. There's a ship in danger. We need to save our fellow mariners." And you do. You quickly come upon the ship and see that there
Is everyone
are
friendly?
there are salty sailors who look very frequently on like the brink of death.
Are they extra salty seeing us?
Did not. No, they call out to you and cry. One of them waves a shirt as if though a flag of surrender, and they call and they say, "Please, mercy, food."
Why did
help."
he take off his shirt?
It doesn't need to be his shirt. It seems to be something that's around. There's
Okay.
You
You
know-
said shirt. I was like, why did
You
he
know
take off
that
his
there
shirt?
are arrows embedded in all over, and it's almost like in like a wave. And Kabancho, you get a flashback. You're standing on the deck of a high ship as the Yumi's lower, and you see row after row of arrows flanged with just so tipped like flowered arrow, so you can tell by the plume that it was fired by your soldiers. White turning to the dark green or red rim around the terminus. And yeah, it seems like several broken or two embedded to save arrows are just like racked into the ship. There's 4 survivors on deck. They're calling out to you. They're adrift. Their sails are brutally damaged, and their mast is cracked. Heeling over one side. Help! Help! And Keiko says,
was
"Get
this
us over
a flashback
that
of
shit."
something that happened in campaign?
Not that happened to Kabancho. You don't
Okay.
stand with 8 legs.
God damn it, it's happening
You
again.
stand with 2. You stand with 2 with the rebel blade at your hip.
Can I just do a quick inspection, see like if anyone is maybe hidden in
Yeah.
see if it's like an ambush or something?
Absolutely. Do you want to use insight to run back Tento's knowledge of crime and ambushes in such situations as a scout? Or do you want to use perception
Yeah.
to just physically see them? Alright, insight, yeah.
Ooh,
Both. You can do both.
I'm wondering which one's better. I think my insight's better.
Both of them is an option. Alright.
Wait, they're both the same
Kabancho
thing.
just
It doesn't
hops
matter.
off and just starts swimming.
Lonnie wants to call out to them and ask, like, who did this? Are they gone?
The Sea Lord! The Sea Lord did it to us! That fucking bastard!
Oh wow, there's a Sea Lord. Oh, that's cool. I rolled a 22. How's that?
Yeah, so you really don't think so. What this reminds you of is when bandits would leave people alive, right? But they would beat them, they'd take everything of value, they'd leave them with basically nothing, and maybe they starve to death or they succumb to their wounds. The bandits
Oh, so
don't
there's been a
care.
bunch of
Like they spared them, but only just. They didn't, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
left
yeah.
them
They
alive,
left them for
but-
dead. Yeah,
But they left them for dead.
I get you. Oh, do I know anything about a Sea Lord?
Roll me a history, everyone who hears that phrase.
I love history tests.
I also love history tests.
It doesn't sound like the head of the 9th house doesn't know the Sea Lord, Kabancho.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Why
right?
do I always do history tests?
Guys,
Yeah.
guys, did we all fail our history test?
To
Everyone,
be fair, we're not listening to the ocean.
Yeah, I'm trying to listen through swimming.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I've got a reason to
Sure,
miss here.
yep. Yep. You keep coming with those excuses, buddy.
What's a sea horde?
Sea Lord, Lonnie. It's a Sea Lord.
No, I'm just imagining Kabancho.
Oh yeah, what's that?
What kind
Or
of
maybe-
horde
maybe
does the
Kaba-
sea need? Like what?
Or maybe Kabancho hears P Lord.
P Lord.
Are they talking about a sea cow? I'm so confused.
No, that's a manatee.
Is it a Sea King? Does it evolve from Godin?
Oh my god.
Whoa,
Oh,
we
we can't
just-
use explicit names here.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, it has to be
Nintendo
legally
is aware of the game
Okay,
that was
sorry.
streamed in
Is it-
January.
Is
The
it
lawyers
a
are-
Sea King? Does it grow up from a white and orange fish?
a koi-like fish. Yeah.
The Nintendo assassination squad is already on the way.
Oh no, Lee. We don't hear from Lee in the next couple of days. You know what happened?
Yeah, so Kabancho, you
I feel like
emerge.
that's the more offensive statement than just mentioning something.
You emerge and like everyone's like exhausted. Like they were showing signs. This guy's like on the ropes, like he was trying to help steer. Nobody's at the rudder, but you can see that a crate's almost been knocked over to try and hold the rudder in one place so that it doesn't wildly go back and forth. And everybody's pretty fucked. These guys.
Are we supposed to be
Is
seeing a different
Kabancho's
map, by the
swimming?
way?
Oh my gosh, Wait.
No,
hold on.
really.
All right.
I'm still we're at the bottom floor. That's the thing.
Oh no, you're inside. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm throwing you out. Okay, yeah, you
Did
see
Gumbo
Kabancho's
just, like,
over there.
No, I'm the
Oh,
only
we're
one
right
on
next
this
to it,
map,
okay.
apparently. Or do I need to refresh?
No, I
I'm
can
next to you.
move you, Casey. I just didn't realize you were there. There's a way for me to draw individual. Pull to
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Lonnie's
pull to scene.
character initial is not with the fair trade.
Do try reloading, Casey, because I tried to.
Okay.
There's like a way where I can split people between maps if I'm fancy, and there's a way to move individual people to certain maps, but I don't know it too good. I know one
don't give
trick,
into
but
the
it didn't seem to
fanciness.
work. Oh,
Don't give in to the fancy.
I need to get better at the fanciness for the ship stuff to be better. That's how I was able to move your ship and like all the layers on it at once that time. Anyway, so Kabancho, you immediately get on deck, and this sputtering man like grabs your coat and says, "Water." And he looks up desperate.
I pass him. I'm assuming I keep like a flask of water
Yeah,
on
you
me,
whip out the flask,
Oh.
right?
and I ask him, "We're the most injured. Who else? Is everyone up deck? Is anyone below deck?"
He says, 1,000 blessings. And he says, he looks at you and he says, I don't know if anyone below deck is alive. And
I take my flask back with me.
he says, wait, if I die, tell the world who did this. It was Sea Lord Koto, that pretentious fuck. Thanks for the water.
Thanks for the water.
You,
Isn't that the name of the royal family wanted us to like fucking kill?
No,
No,
it's a
I
different-
asked that.
It's a different guy.
Okay.
Oh no,
I thought it was. I was like, what?
hold
the
on.
stairs
Is
they don't work.
it-
Oh.
Oh god, I put you up 15. Fuck.
Oh
my
god, the stairs are working too well.
You actually
Oh,
go on a
gosh.
bounce pad.
I'm
Oh
in-
my
I'm in-
god.
It was a trap. I knew it.
High road,
It's an
but it's
optical
just
illusion,
a
guys. The stairs don't go down; they go up.
high road, but it's a Sonic Frontiers level. All
I
right.
knew it all along.
So you go down in
Or did they go the
Kabancho.
wrong direction?
You,
Okay.
you did. You find there's cargo down here, and there are people down here, and by people I mostly mean dead people.
Bodies.
You see
I mean,
people who had
bodies.
deep wounds. There's rough attempts to patch them up. Perhaps a dozen people are dead. 4 were alive up top, and 1 raises his head meekly when he sees you descend. He says, "Have we made it to port?"
You're not there yet, but we're here to help. Can you walk?
No. And you just hear like and he tries to lift himself, and he just remains there, lying on the corpse of an obviously dead, bloated man.
Can Skyturner carry Lonnie? Is Lonnie light enough?
Yeah, Skyturner could do like a Wind Waker, like pop you up and like drop you off. You wanna go for it?
Yeah.
All right. Skyturner says, "Ah," hands out, and then comes out, grabs you, and attempts to fly you across.
Lonnie's going to attempt. Lonnie's going to cast guidance.
All right. What was Skyturner gain?
D4.
All right. You want to roll or should I?
Wait, attempt. Wait. Back up.
Attack! Your arms have been grabbed by the talons, and yeah. A 19. You quickly and swiftly are like touched down there.
It would have been really funny, like just like a dip right there, but not this time. Maybe next time.
So yeah, Skyturner does a circle about. Does Tento also want a lift? Does Zion want a lift? The ship is
I mean, we
like
could-
coming up against the ship, so like
Yeah, can I just like? Are we close enough for me to just like jump over there or no?
you're about to be because let me just
I'll just wait.
1 2
to,
3
like-
4 5 6 7 8 9 1 2 3
I'll
4
just-
5 6 7 8 9 10
I'll just wait. It looks like the other
1,
two's
2,
got this
3, 4,
handled.
5 6 7 8 9 10 and yeah, this is why I need to do my fancy stuff better, but
Lonnie wants to ask Kabansha if there's anyone below deck.
Should we? Okay.
yeah, I'm moving you.
Lonnie, don't come down here. There's one person here. Yeah, I don't think anyone else made it.
Is he in a condition to be moved?
Finding out now. Hey,
Oh,
buddy.
good sir. Are you in a condition to move?
Yeah, and he's
No, to be moved.
Are you a novice? Wait, what?
is that what you ask? So
No. I don't think. Hey, buddy, can you move?
and he says
me ask be moved, not moved.
he shakes his head no, and he says no. He like rolls a little, and you see there's bandages, some of which have like either grown sodden and brown red, hanging firm from his body, or just like deep in, but like from around the bandages as they hang, almost like a mummy or a hastily prepared corpse to be thrown into a pit. You see cuts, fine cuts, all over his legs. Slashes clearly intended to debilitate him. His Achilles, his hamstring. He's been deeply immobilized. If he is healed back to health, he might be able to walk, but it's no guarantee.
I give him a potion of quickening.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's poison or diseased, but this should help with that.
Alright, so he drinks it, glug, 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 glug. And he's like,
Damn, it's like almost the
Thank you.
minimum.
he manages to get up a bit, but his legs still won't cooperate. And he looks
I
at you.
give him a shoulder and
Yeah.
try to help carry him out.
He looks at you and he sees the spire's cut, and he says, "Are you a swordsman?"
You can say that. Why?
I'm sorry, stranger, but there's something I have to ask of you.
Let's get you upstairs first and out of this
You-
pile.
Yeah, you move over. This pile was my crewmates. You say, moving over some bodies.
Yeah, Kabach, that was a little insensitive.
Listen,
Yeah, your
and
crewmates are gonna get you killed if you stay down here. Let's get upstairs first.
the bright
Still
ray.
insensitive.
He raises his arm as the bright ray of the sun comes upon him. He squints and he says, "Swordsman, there's something I need to ask you before I see the sun again."
What is it?
Will you cut down the Sea Lord? I can't face this sea again, knowing he's wild and free with no one to stop him. Him and his damn fortress!
I'll do what I can, but I can't make any promises. Let's get you upstairs.
Lonnie's preparing Beacon of Hope for whenever Cabancho is in sight.
Hey, Lonnie, you got just one more.
And he sees the sun. He's like, ugh, the sting of day. And they say, Marty, you're alive. And he says,
Oh. What are
yeah,
you down there for?
I don't know how long it's been. And they say, days, maybe 3 days.
Okay, that makes sense. The whole like sun in your eyes and it hurting.
Oh
you, that
wait,
makes sense.
it's max. So 1d4 plus 4.
So did they take anything or what's going on here?
Look
Do
around.
you have any important cargo?
They took everything.
You weren't transporting anything like too valuable, or like why was it just random?
And he looks at you and he says, "We the same cargo as any merchant. We had jade and spices from the east. It was gonna make us rich, and now it's all gone."
Insight check to make sure.
Damn. Nice.
This is 30. Guys, this is 30.
Okay, so Gento, you think that he's telling the truth? They were a legitimate merchant vessel moving jade and spices. That's valuable shit. It sells for a lot. Thought of a ship full of one, I mean, your thief senses are going crazy, right? But obviously, this stuff has to get imported and sold at some point in bulk. So, yeah, a whole ship load of it. I mean, they probably had to. It'd be very expensive to get, and obviously, there's like import fees and expenses along the way. But yeah, no, that's a fortune right there. Moving spices and jade along the narrow sea.
Tento's gonna go and then like, okay, sorry for all the questions, but I had to make sure we weren't stepping into anything too shady.
I can't think of you too late for that anyways, but okay.
I said too shady, all right? Like, you know, there's like an upper limit to how shady it can get. I just want to make sure we didn't hit the upper limit.
They all get 8 healing.
Okay,
Does
so
anyone look like they need more?
everyone is like sort of like magically healed and they look pretty good. It looks like they all have exhaustion and they're also partially starved. So it doesn't look like they need more HP, but it does look like they need food, water, and rest. Marty, additionally, has his leg problem. In the sun, it's clear that he's been brutally sliced. You could give me, if you want, a medicine to ascertain that situation.
Tento's also a doctor. Don't worry, I got this. Tento's also a doctor. Don't worry, I got this.
Hey, nice. You got higher.
Mm-hmm. So, Lonnie and Tento, you determined that Marty has been deliberately cut so that he would not bleed out immediately, but suffer immense pain and blood loss and debilitating lack of control of his legs. Gabancho, you see it, and there's almost like a rattle in your mind. You think of the rebel blade, and you think of drawing it near. Not drawing it out, just near. You think of the connection you have far away. What do you do?
Cabancha goes back downstairs and tries to find any kind of note, symbol, something that got left behind, or...
So, down here, you see, like, the hull's been fucked up. And shit has been taken.
Oh,
You
actually,
do
I should
see-
get guidance from that.
You do see there's a bit of like torn cloth, like a torn blue cloth,
Mhm.
and yeah, it seems strangely nice, and it also you see that part of it's broken off with bamboo rigging. Thinking about it for 10 seconds, it looks like part of a sashimono, which isn't really pirate shit usually. That's normally for designating a soldier in battle, worn by either a uniformed force or by a ritter. So it's strange that you'd find part of one of those down here.
Do I recognize the house symbol or anything like that?
The thing is, you have to deduce that it's a sashimono from the way it is, but you don't see the symbol. You don't see the symbol.
Okay.
So you don't recognize the house or anything. No. Here it just seems
I
to
take
be.
that blue
yeah.
piece of cloth then.
Yeah,
or-
You head back up. Meanwhile, everybody else who's on the deck, and can I assume Kai, would Zion have come across?
I don't think there's a way for Zion to come across.
Okay, so there is like what
What do you mean? Just jump over.
I
It'll
don't-
be fine.
I
I'm
don't
sure the ship can
have
handle it.
a
True.
picture of it right now, but there is like the ships come together, right, and like a plank is
Wait.
extended across.
Can
So
like
you could
fight?
you could walk across on it.
Can Fightar like throw Zion instead of like a boulder ball or bowling ball or something? Can he just throw Zion instead?
could
I
probably
think
lift
Zion's weight
Zion.
would sink and
But-
break the board.
Yeah, but Zion
Yes.
would become
Yeah.
Zion would become a projectile that dealt damage.
I like it. Let's
Zion
go
Leap
for one
over.
Zion.
Yeah, you could, I mean, technically speaking, if you just have a strength of 10, you can make this run
For-
jump.
For one
Yeah,
Zion,
yeah,
you'll be the
yeah.
one
I'll do that. I'll
who
jump
got
over.
who gets
Yeah.
thrown.
You
and not the
crack
other
you
way
crack the
around.
boards a little when you land and scare this guy, but he steps back and says, "A man of metal. If only you had been there when the Sea Lord attacked." Oh, we
I'm sorry.
weren't
Who is
ready.
this Sea Lord again? My sea history's a little fuzzy.
Is
He
Is he
Horse?
the one that did this to you?
Yeah, Sea Lord Kodo, that pretentious bastard.
He is a sadistic bastard too, it seems.
You can say that again. And Marty is there, like on his side, legs cut up, and he's like, "Yeah, he's a real bastard."
That is the nicest way to put it, I would think.
It was insane. His ship, so many archers, and they had cannons. Cannons! I never thought I'd see anything like it. I hope I never do again. It was like it was out of a goddamn woodblock. Yeah, Natake Bune.
How sure are you?
I'm sorry?
What makes you think it was the Sea Lord?
He was there with he was there with his mask and his fan when he ordered the fucking boarding attack. And then we came aboard and they all look at Marty, and Marty holds your arm, Kabancho, and he says, "Look at my legs, swordsman."
Dento looks around. Who's he talking to?
He's holding Kabancho's arm and looking at him.
Oh,
And he says, he came aboard and said that he was going on about how he was the Sea Lord and we had to pay him tribute. With all of our dead people around, I saw his ebon hilted blade and I couldn't help myself. I called out a challenge to him with my axe in hand. I said, "If you are a real master swordsman, don't hide behind your men. Fight me." He told me to take the first shot. Put everything I had into it, but one cut and I was on the ground. And another. And another. He just kept counting. He just kept counting in Kehoe. He stopped at 200 when he got bored. I thought I was going to die. That's how I know it was Sea Lord Kodo. Because after he was done killing everyone else, he came on our ship and fucking told us, with his chest puffed out, wearing a goddamn Oni mask. That's how we know. He breaks up a little.
I pull out
this
the,
guy have a last name?
They just call him Sea Lord Koto. But his symbol is the vulture.
Well, I was gonna ask. I won't pull up the Sashimono fragment. It's like, do you know what house crest or symbol was on this?
Yes,
Yep.
the vulture.
Victory.
His main his strongest warriors wear Sashimono. Not the rest of his common pirates, but he has a multi-deck Takebune. It's a real naval warfare vessel. I have no idea how he has it out in the middle of the sea. Those things are coastal ships. But he does. It has fucking cannons. They put one shot across the bow and killed 4 men.
So, like world building wise, like cannons on a ship are not common.
So remember that remember when like Azizi couldn't have like pure black powder, but when she did, like a lot of explosions happened around it.
Yeah.
Right? So the thing about a cannon is to it's expensive and alchemically rare to get that shit. Like people have guns in this world, but
Yeah.
not a lot of people because the ammo and
It's
people
very
have bombs.
dangerous. Yeah.
It's dangerous, and you have to have expensive rare stuff. And like there's exceptions, like dwarves have special runic containers that can allegedly prevent black powder from exploding, although there are still known to be accidents. But it's just
Alright,
it's
good to
more
know.
dangerous. So cannons are, yeah, I mean, like you guys have a ballista, and like ballistas and catapults are commonly used in ship-to-ship combat. It's not
Yeah.
unheard of to have a cannon, but a cannon is a pretty big deal. Yes, it implies
Okay.
that you are wealthy and have good access to resources.
Okay.
And you know what else it implies?
What?
The 10-minute
10-minute
break.
break? Yeah.
All right, we're back at 10. Damn, I already got through my whole bag of pretzels. Wait, here, I'm making the bagel. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm here. I'm back. Here to eat a snack. We paddle and we whack. We dive into the crack. Yeah, how's everyone doing? Back streets back. All right. Mmm. Hummus is yummus.
Homemade hummus too.
Mmm. What you got in that?
Uh, just a little garlic, but we did have like this spice pack that you're supposed to like mix in. It's like spicy garlic. I'm about to try it. Pretty tasty.
Yeah.
Is that a bagel?
It's a bagel.
Bagel?
Casey is here with ice cream. I am here with bagel.
All right. Kaisha, what do you have?
Huh?
Mukbang stream.
Mukbang stream. What do you have? Huh?
I
Did you
have-
not read the did you miss the
I
memo?
have an empty bowl. Zion doesn't eat.
All right.
Immersive in-character activity.
Yeah, Kai's playing on the next level. All right. Shane, what do you have? I expect a bowl full of good berries.
Got
Good,
some.
good insects.
no, the
Wait.
berries.
Shin, I think you're muted.
Berries.
Ah, shit, I am muted. I said I was snacking on rice crackers.
Nice, nice. Mhm. Mhm.
Are they the sweet ones or are they the more savory ones?
The what?
Aren't rice crackers like they can be sweet or savory?
Yeah,
Are they just sweet ones or savory ones?
savory.
Hmm. Where were we? What were we doing?
Something.
Yeah, you're doing something about this guy,
So,
vengeance.
There's a bunch of like really fucked up people who are like, starving and hungry. Lonnie's come over and healed them, and they're very thankful, and everyone can move except for Marty, whose legs are still pretty fucked.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think
he's messed up.
Zion.
And if you get a
No
good look,
legs.
you get a good look at his legs, and you hear what he says, you can make another history roll.
Ooh. Guys, we got this, right? Let's do this as unit history.
I think Zion was also gonna make crutches, right?
New legs.
Mm.
I said crutches first, so we can talk about the new legs later.
Oh, right.
Hey,
I
double
saw-
digits.
I saw that 19. I was like, yes, go, Lottie, go. Then they get to a 9. I was like, no.
It's because
All
you
right.
perceived it, and then it was like,
Ah,
nah,
yeah,
not fam.
yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I should know all about this. Shin, it's your turn.
I'm gonna start tearing up some planks of wood
All
to
right.
make some crutches for this person.
Yeah, so you start to make crutches and stuff for Marty. At first, like, what are you doing? And then they see the your foreman, like, my goodness, look at the skill this person has. How they work the wood. My God, are you a carpenter? My-
Yes, it's a
my
carpenter.
my sweet song, my cantos. Oh my, saints alive. Sunday, all asunder. This is a carpenter. We are saved. And give me Tinker's tools to see how well you make the crutches.
You know, guys, Jesus was a carpenter.
Unfortunately, Jesus doesn't have the lucky trait. He doesn't have one.
Pretty sure he was a son of a carpenter, not carpenter himself.
Yeah.
Jesus is
Oh.
like, that's my dad. I don't work
Oh,
on
my
wood.
bad.
I work on wine.
My bad. But you
Are
rolling
you
a one
thinking
after.
of Jesus?
Yeah, I'm thinking of Jesus actually. You were rolling a one after I said that though. Wow, beautiful.
So, Zion, you're about to have a good crutch, right?
It's still 13 to be
It
fair, but
It's
When-
not autofill on a skill, right?
Yeah, it's on auto fail on a skill. It's on auto success on a skill. You're about to have a good crutch when there's like a bit of a at the top because the plank was already damaged. It's just several arrows had been shot into and ripped out of it, so you didn't see it first. And so it's kind of like it'll work, but it'll kind of like awkwardly like dig up into his armpit, so you wouldn't
could
want
I
to use
like
it too much.
maybe help, like maybe modify it a little bit?
Yeah,
Like,
Tento, roll me
that's weird. I have my own tinker's
yeah, roll me your
tools.
Tinker's tools is like Zion pops it up and there's like a crack and it's like ooh. Mars like then ooh. And Tento you're like and then you. Joseo and Tinker's tools.
What am I rolling it as?
I would say Dex because you're just modifying something that was invented by Zion. Really, just trying to like you
I just
take,
have to, you know, be like,
you
hey,
take a little
Zion,
sailcloth and a little other wood you block on there, like a little like nice thing, and then
just like it's like, I understand that you can't feel that spot.
What
but
spot? There's
yeah.
something there.
Can I cast mending
Yeah.
on this? Will that help?
it would. You could cast mending. It would get the wood back together and make it sturdy again.
Yeah, it'll
I'll
be
cast
fine.
mending.
There's a kind of like
Don't worry about Zion.
There's like a lashed crutch that then becomes like a slightly less lashed, more fused crutch, and then it's got like comfy armpit rest. Mars like, my goodness, you are miracle workers, and you have great skill in carpentry, and you have a very gentle touch when it comes to the upholstery. Marty says to Tento, slides his armpits on over, and he says, "Thank you so much. Our ship is in dire straits. We have been wounded terribly and left with naught. Our captain is dead. I fear we cannot carry on. I have nothing to offer you but my life, but if you would take us aboard your ship, we would be eternally grateful."
I look over at Keiko. Well,
Keiko says, "We could never leave our fellow treaders of the sea behind after being so piratized. All of you
Wait,
are
I
welcome."
thought they were pirates too.
no.
No,
Oh,
merchants.
I thought I heard something about salty pirates when we came in.
No, salty bitch. Not salty pirates. Well, I guess Jin's a I guess Kabacho's a salty pirate, but you know.
Only if there's novices around.
Yeah.
Something about them, you know.
It just grinds my gears.
Yeah, so these starving sailors are brought aboard and fed and nurtured, and you have 5 additional people now that are being taken care of until they can help out aboard the ship. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
So out of curiosity, how long ago was this attack? And
They peg it at 3 days ago.
okay. And are we going in like the general same direction or
Yeah.
awesome? I'm sure we won't meet them on the sea or something like that. What are the chances, right? It's a big place.
What are the chances?
it's a big sea, right, guys? Like, what are the chances?
Cabancho, important question. Do you try the history test and do you reach out? Do you reach out or within
Do
to
it.
your memories?
Do it, you coward. Do it. Do it. Don't be a coward.
I'm a little afraid of which memories I dip into.
It'd be fun either way.
Oh my god.
Did you get double? Oh my gosh!
Wow,
I didn't know-
Cabancho, that guy looks real fucked up. Like someone cut him a whole bunch. Crazy they were like counting up really high while they did it. You're sure it has no significance though.
How'd you roll a fucking 2?
I didn't think you were. I rolled a 3.
Do you think that's better?
I can laugh about it a little bit.
That's true. No one rolled. I mean, I guess Lonnie rolled well, right? She got like a double digits 10, and like Zion got 12
I
or something
got
like that.
double digits.
You got like 11, right?
modifier.
Yeah, right? You got like 12, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's like
Yeah.
plus 8 though, right?
yeah. I rolled the
Okay.
same roll as Capancho.
Ah, okay. You can see the differences. All right. Anything else to note of what are we gonna do with the ship?
That is the question as Keiko comes astride and she rubs her chin and she says, "Whoever this Sea Lord is, and he sounds like he thinks he's out of a history book. It seems that he left this ship largely intact, although it's obviously shot full of holes. Arrows don't tend to sink ships. He had cannons, but only shot them over the bow at people. Clearly, he's interested mostly in loot. Makes sense for a pirate. But yes, what to do about this Ballinger? One more ship.
Also,
If we
being a
manage to...
cannon doesn't mean they're gonna use it all the time. Aren't those things
Very
ridiculously
expensive.
dangerous?
They're dangerous and expensive, yes. She looks around and she says, much like the other ship, we could bring it back to port with us and liquidate it. But this time, we have probably more than a week until we're going to be in a port again. And who knows if we'd be able to have a chance to offload it then.
Also, I don't think anyone would really that looks at all the holes and stuff would want to buy this.
The hull is still sturdy. You could replace the... I mean, the mast has to go. But you could replace the deck and be fine. It's a bit of a fixer-upper, I'll grant you. But, some captains are looking for a deal.
Fair enough. So what do you want to do with it?
She looks at it, and she thinks about it for a bit. And she says, a thought occurs. You are all capable... She steps very close, and she says, you're all capable of incredible power in your own way. Based on what I've seen you can do, and I guess you could do, you could probably cause a lot of damage from a fixed position. If you had a way to fall back afterwards, he trails off and says, we could point this Ballinger at the enemy. You could use it to do the various things you do to the water and the air, and then you could fall back to our main ship, essentially using it as a sacrificial Ballinger ahead of us. If there's really an Atakabune out on the open seas menacing people with dozens of archers and cannons, I'll be frank, our cog has no chance in a stand-up fight, although we should be able to run with the wind. What I'm curious is how a Ballinger was overtaken by an oar-driven vessel. She scratches her head. I suspect there must be magic at play for the Sea Lord to be playing his little act.
I'm also
There's always
not
magic.
sure. I'm also not sure if it's a sealer. I mean, I don't know about the sealer too much, but like as you said, something's not adding up, and no one got a good look. Someone rambling about their name and having an Oni mask. That fits a lot of descriptions, or at least I can think of a few.
You're right. The cogent point being that he's trying to style himself as if though he's a naval commander, when he's obviously a pirate. But you're right. There could be a few people. For all we know, Sea Lord Kodo could be the alias of somebody else. He shrugs.
Either way, we should probably be prepared to maybe encounter them.
But we did learn about someone referred to as the Sea Lord in our research. Treadfar and I. We didn't think they were operating in this area, so we hadn't thought to brief you and the crew yet. But obviously that needs to change.
Go on.
Well, Let's head back aboard the ship.
Hey, Gabanjo.
Yeah.
Does your wagon license encompass water wagons?
No. I mean,
Oh,
I've seen
I'm
boats with wheels, but they don't use wheels the way the wagons do.
Mm,
I don't know how to how would you
using
even
boats with
use a
wheels.
rein to steer a boat? I don't know. I not under my purview.
I
That
see.
was a good thought though, Zion. Good thought though. But yeah, I do like Keiko's idea, by the way, of using this as more like a distraction type thing.
Yeah. As
That
long
sounds
as
like a good idea.
Keiko points out that between the people who used to be sheep, who are still a little scared of Phytar and wouldn't mind being on a different boat, and the people who you've taken aboard and such, you could probably spread the crew around to be able to crew the Spallinger.
We just need to fix any outstanding damage to this thing.
Yeah, the main issue being the mast, which some uses of Mend from Lonnie would be able to shore up parts of it, but there's like a deep crack in it and it's broken unmoored. Zion might be able to build a significant brace that would be able to hold it together, but frankly, this is one of those situations where you just need to replace.
Well, it's not like we're playing to keep the ship. We're just kind of just
Yeah.
using it to like
So you-
eat it at something.
So Keiko says, "Well, if Tento agrees with my plan, do the rest of you have a strong feeling? If you're willing to try the strategy, then I think it's worth preserving this ship."
I have no objections.
Yeah, I mean, this is a potential threat, so I think your plan's good. It gives us something to do and how dealing with it.
Do we have anyone else that can pilot, drive, steer this?
Ooh, can I try?
No, Tento.
Why not? You're just afraid I'm gonna sail this thing better than you can drive.
And Keiko says, "Well, Vairabi has been chomping at the bit to get her chance."
Is she okay with like managing this thing?
Vairabi. And Vairabi's like, "Yeah. Come over here for a moment." And she trawls over and she says, "How would you like to..." She usually slaps an arm on her over the shoulder. Just because says, "How would you like to try being the pilot of your very own ship?" "Oh my gosh, really?
My time has come.
Oh my gosh, Captain Stormrider, I won't let you down." "That's right, Vairabi. I knew you wouldn't." And she
That's a
said,
lot easier than I thought. Just like, can I whisper
and
that?
she
That's
says,
like
"Now,
no
Vairabi,
convincing.
important note here. The strategy is that the Shade of the Mountain is going to be on the prow of this ship, and we're going to kind of throw it at the enemy. So you're going to need to be ready to bail out with them if things turn that way. Oh, don't worry, I'm great at bailing out. I've been learning about moving very fast from Abdil. He's always moving around. You see Abdil like whipping around Phytar, holding a box, trying to help get people food faster.
Huh.
So, I would be happy to be aboard the ship and pilot it.
What is it? Is the correct term pilot for like sailing?
Yeah.
What is the
You-
correct term?
You do pilot
it-
ships, yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I was curious. Like, I actually don't know.
Additionally, there's some people who like basically only live on the shipboard right now, who I'm going to remind everyone exists.
Well, other people exist in the world besides us.
You know.
Wild.
So the hobgoblin, the headhunter, various commoners from around the world. And
Oh,
they've got some
yeah.
degree of experience, and
The
they
other people
all
who
they
picked
all
up.
quickly volunteer to not be on the same boat as Phytar.
Damn.
Tegala
Makes sense.
also, volunteers, hearing about and saying that she can use the sea in its lore, try and help with any sort of tight maneuvering the Spallinger is tasked with doing. Additionally, Keiko says, I hate to say it, but we're going to need to give a burial at sea to everybody down below. Otherwise, this is going to become a plague ship fast. She looks at
Zion
What's a
goes
big
over
ship?
there and starts throwing people dead bodies
No,
into
no, 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 no.
the
Not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. That's later. That's later.
I thought you were gonna pull out the staff.
I thought you were gonna start
Lonnie's
burning the ship.
Lonnie's also gonna let Kavancha know that might be helpful to prestidigitation some areas, so that the rest of the crew doesn't get sick. But yeah, I guess Lonnie will start
Hygiene.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna be at the plank, at the boardwalk, and like
5 feet
be,
at a
get
time.
hand
5 feet at a
sanitizer
time.
dispenser.
All right, so Lonnie, do you want to give me your religion to
Yeah.
pass over the corpses and give them their final rites as you send them on farther you may be from the Sornetto here?
Go
each
guidance.
one she sends on, Zion will toss into the ocean.
Ploosh.
God,
Yeah,
that was
whenever
almost a
she's
one.
done.
You're not even gonna
You know
wait, you're
that
like-
one?
I'm
You
very
know that
distracted
one?
by Zion just eating bodies.
No, this body's
The first-
Lonnie. Okay.
The first meal these people have had in days is punctuated constantly with a plunk of Zion just pitching the corpses of their dear comrades they watched die brutally into the water.
That one went a little further.
Wait, did they have any good food on them? I mean, what?
Crack! You hear one of the heads neck snap against your ship as you throw them in the alley between.
Oh no!
One gets
on
a
the
foot-
other side.
One gets the foot caught in the rigging a little and just sort of like waves and boom, 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 hits
I
the
can't
wall.
help but feel that we're doing this wrong.
And
Or-
yeah,
Or
After-
this is exactly how it should be.
after a good half an hour of work, Lonnie, you've done everything you could for them, and Zion, you've
I'm just
pitched
imagining
with the
like
best
half
hay
an hour,
bale throwers.
thunk, thunk.
So-
That's all you hear for half an hour.
With that, the rights have been delivered. And
Pencil's just gonna look at Zion like, probably could have thrown on the other side and not hit our ship.
I did.
What?
Some of them.
There's like
Some
one
of them.
just floating on the other side. Ah, that you did. All right, sorry.
so, you find yourselves aboard this vessel. And out of curiosity, do you remain primarily aboard the fair trade and plan to come over here if you're expecting trouble? Or do you plan to be primarily on this ship?
I would like to be on this ship.
Zion
Yeah.
will start repairing the ship.
No, so you're like, give me a tinkerer's tools to start. I mean, the mast
Well, I
is
wanna
the most
help Zion
pressing
with this.
thing. After that, you can replank the deck.
Can I help Zion with this?
I forget, does Zion have mending as well?
Yes.
I think it does.
Okay. I'm gonna be on the more stable ship then.
And Kabancho, what about you?
Well, I don't want to split the party or anything.
I'm helping.
Too late. I'm already doing
So-
it.
I
I like
guess I'm gonna
security.
stay on the ship that we're on now, where the majority of the party will be.
All right.
You're gonna
Or-
leave Lonnie by herself.
Raja says, "Don't worry, Lonnie. If you need to go over fast, I will pick you up and throw you. Go far, just like Skyturner dropped you."
No, wait, I thought.
You know what?
I
Actually, you know what?
thought,
It's fine
like-
with Lonnie. As long as Lonnie puts on the cape first.
I mean,
You can still float into like the sea, right? Like,
yeah.
You out here playing Wind Waker for real? You got your Korok leaf?
yeah, you're trying to make sure you don't just fucking drop into the water.
So, Captain Juntuli McCracken, his boys Kay and Tenty, take the point in what is now once again a flotilla of 3 ships, except rather than having a Bagliano, you have a Ballinger. A much more manageable, smaller crew vessel. Not as tall as the Cog, nor as wide as the Bagliano. No less a fine vessel for more for shallow seas. It struggles a little in the deeper wake, but you manage to make a good go of it, regardless. And with time comes distance. And with distance comes progress. And with progress comes this.
Oh.
You proceed further and further and further. You go a week with nothing. Longer than you've gone the whole journey. You go a week and change with no sign of a ship, other than the Ballinger you've taken with you, and
Are we
no
able
sign.
to go between the ships or no?
Yeah, when the ships like stop and lash, but it's not all the time.
Okay, well, then some of the downtime, I'm gonna go back to the other ship and do some more training with Keiko.
You're with Keiko on the decks, and when the ships stop to exchange supply, because for obvious reasons, Keiko is keeping the vast majority of the supplies aboard the cog, right?
Yeah.
And frequently it will just be that Juntuli's ship, the Penitent, goes back and forth between them. As you guys sort of are on the ship, no one has been designated captain of the ship, but Zion is busy repairing things. Lonnie is on the other ship. Tento is, I think, mostly thinking about training.
Yeah.
But Kabancho, are you like giving people like encouragement and orders and suggestions?
I guess. Because, like, if
he's-
no one
he's-
steps up, then yeah.
He's a captain.
One day, Vairabi says, Captain Kabancho, what's our heading? And you look out over the sea and realize you have been promoted to a role you have no qualifications for whatsoever.
Vairabi, what did you say?
You're captain on this ship, anyway.
What?
Yeah.
Is that how that works in the sea?
Well, I mean, you've got to be some kind of captain, right? Because you're the one who calls the shots on this boat. Tertiary captain status achieved. You're up there with Captain John. Also, Vairabi herself has been upgraded to pilot.
I feel like there's so many wrongs there, but I guess I can't argue with that.
That logic seems pretty sound.
What are we doing again? Sorry, I got completely thrown off when you said that. What was the question? What'd you ask?
You ask what the heading is, because she's trying to keep up with the main ship, and she doesn't know how close or far she should cut it.
That direction, and I just point to, like, my best ability. I'm like,
Says, aye,
Oh.
Captain.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, we turned around.
I'm
No,
just
this
trying
part
to
where we
keep
crash
the
and
morale of
burn.
the ship. Like, what?
I have to make decisions now?
Oh, that's not the problem. Let's make decisions that affect everyone.
You didn't have seen that problem that earlier too, so
Just
No,
treat this
talking
like your wagon.
yeah, just treat it like a wagon.
God damn
It's
it,
just
guys.
another wagon.
It's a water wagon.
Yeah, it's a
The
water,
water
wagon.
wagon.
What's the problem?
Nothing. We're fine.
Everything's
Right,
fine.
by Robbie?
And Vairabi says, absolutely. And she peels the ship out, and you all feel sort of like the lurch as the ship finds itself on a new heading, and everything goes well. Everything goes great. You are all getting used to this new pattern of life over the next few days. And Kabancho, at some point, Vairabi says, I reckon that enough time has passed, and the old crew said that they have too many painful memories. What do you think we should call this ship?
Oh man, I've never been good at naming things.
The sea wagon.
This Oh my god.
The ship hidden in the waves.
I'm sorry. I haven't really thought about that. Like, I guess that is important to distinguish ourselves. I mean, if this boat does survive the ordeal, then I guess we will want to have a name for it. Um, can can I get back to you on that? Like, I'll go
She shrugs
ask.
and says, "That's up to you, Captain."
Yeah. I'll declare a name later. I'll see what everyone else is feeling like.
Of course, a delegatory leader.
Yeah, that's what he is. Sure.
Yep, that's me. Not pushing this off or anything.
Mm-hmm. So, you
Ship number 4.
ship number 4. Mambo number 5. Mm, 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 mm. So, the crew it advances, time it advances, and
Does Gabacho bring this up at all to us?
does Kabancha bring it up to the gamers?
Oh yeah, I want to ask the part. I'm like, so I don't know if this ship is gonna survive what we're trying to do to it, but if it does, like Robbie asked me what we should name this ship. I don't know. Do you guys have an opinion? I reject your first opinion, Tenter, just FYI.
Okay. Want to hear my second one?
Yes.
It's none of your fucking business.
That's a horrible name.
I was going to start a fight.
Wait, with who?
Just like, oh, what's the name of your ship?
None of your fucking business.
Oh, on which ship do you
can we do
sail
this?
on?
None of your fucking
Where
business.
can I find you?
I don't know what you're talking about. This is like primo name right there. Call it the low tide.
Low tide?
Low tide. What's wrong with low tide, huh? See what's wrong with that.
Indeed. It's been a week and days, and you finally see on the horizon something strange. You're almost done replanking the deck, Zion. You look up and see something in the distance that draws your eye. A blue glow upon a dark surface with a red accent. You see what must be a rune, a huge dwarvish rune on a rock out on some sort of not a deliberate placed stone monolith on a small island. There's a wave, and you see Treadfar is very excitedly on the aft castle of the main ship, looking through Keiko's spyglass. And they call over, and they say, "Zion, do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
The first of the
would
markers
like
on the chart. We should go
Closer
investigate."
inspection.
Absolutely, I agree. Jantuli! And with a wave and a shout, it is quickly felt that we'd hear it all out. So, if I copy and paste all of you, I'll be able to quickly assemble you. Treadfar and the gang are deposited by Jantuli McCracken shortly at the edge of Marker Island, which I'm gonna make right now, and it's gonna have global illumination so you can see. And it's gonna be this big, even though I won't have properly done it, so it will probably be funky. Bam! Alright, you find yourselves, and please do use your imagination as we think along here tonight, on an island surrounded by water looks like this.
Honestly, that's like the best outcome. It being surrounded by water and not anything else.
Yes. And you find yourself on an island. It's a small island, but it has a large rock on it. And it's a tall, perhaps 50-foot tall monolith, clearly of obsidian, with a red tile embedded deep into it. Perhaps not even tile, but rather polished, yet milky ruby. You decide you're going to have to see if the gun has multiple transformations before you know it's ruby or not.
Does it look valuable? Can I touch it?
It definitely looks valuable. Do you reach out a hand and touch it?
Can I touch it?
Yeah,
I'm gonna touch it.
You touch it? Alright,
You know
so
gonna stop me?
does anyone stop Tento?
Ronnie's just gonna, back away a little bit.
Get in the assumed position.
Kabancho is gonna have a hand on Tento. I was gonna say Tento's shoulder. It's probably too short. On Tento's head.
Yeah, honestly. On my head? That's weird.
I mean, it's that, or I'm crouching down like next to you. And that's too
Yes.
uncomfortable.
Yes. No, do that. Do the other one. That sounds hilarious. Come on. Do it. I like that one better.
I just have my hand on your head.
Alright. So there's a runic light that emerges from this side, right? And you come and you touch it. And Tento, you feel grounded, almost like stone in your center convalesces. And there is a sense of direction and place within you. A sense of the stone. And you see, written around the base of the red lining, in Dwarvish, is written, this marks the fifth point of the Obsidian Dwarves. Parallel XX. Do you read Dwarvish? Does anyone read Dwarvish? Does anybody have the right language of Dwarvish? Treadfar.
I don't. That's why I asked.
Treadfar does, and they translate.
Okay, that's why I was like asking. I was like,
Last-
I don't speak Dwarvish, so
Treadfar's like,
is
yes.
this-
Less Treadfar.
Dwarvish.
Yeah.
And Treadfar says, and Zion, look at that big rune. Zion, roll me Arcana with advantage. You've been booking up on runes for a while.
booking up.
All right, Zion. An enemy appear. The rune represents the transformative power of heat upon air, normally used to refer to a bellows or powerful weather pattern. Its place in runic magics is poorly understood. However, based on the examples you've seen and the markings on the runic key, you believe it has a role in runic locks of a certain variety. While this is a marker, and perhaps even a ward against winds, it also appears to hold a secondary function. It's closing something. Something you could unlock with it.
I know what you're thinking, but think about this. Something bad could happen
It could, but
for science?
Zion says, Treadfar says, yes, for science, for knowledge, for law, for everything. My goodness. That's an example. Obsidian dwarves, their ruins are so rare. To think, a whole dwarvish empire spread out across the waves. I mean, and we're here, before it. I need to touch it myself. Treadfar
Why
runs up and
is it
touches
here?
too. Don't you feel the grounding? Clearly, it was part of their markers system by which they used to navigate, and additionally to mark the edge of their territories.
Do I see Zion pull out a key?
I don't know. Does Kabancho see Zion Fodaki?
Mm, Zion's thinking about it.
Zion,
Oh.
as you think about it, give me an investigate. Anyone who wants to, give me an investigate to examine like the base of it. You have advantage if you've touched it. Okay. I see. Tento and Zion. Okay, so Zion. You think that each of the faces contains a place which is the obsidian is slightly differently formed. You think that these places are probably the key to interacting with it. Tento, with 5 better than you, identifies all of the spaces perfectly, and can guide the group between them.
Now the real question is, will they follow me?
So there's one east. So east, north, south, and west. The south side bears the rune. So, as you walk around, right?
Yeah. That's what
You
you said.
see Jag Taggart, thank you for the water the Lee.
Always water Lee.
You see a series of numbers.
Oh boy, I love math.
Yes. So, here's how it goes, right?
All right, getting ready for this bullshit. Go on.
You see these markers under each: a 1 to the west, a 2 to the north, a 4 to the east, and 8 to the south. With your runic lore, Zion, you know that the transformative nature of heat upon air compels it to rise. But before it may rise, it must first fall. You feel as if though you could press these plates in a certain sequence. What do you do?
I'll go to the east.
You go to the east.
Yes, I don't know what the fuck this thing's talking about. you got this, Zion.
I'm just taking a guess. I'll press
That's
the east one.
So, you press the eastern side. The 4. It goes in and out. It doesn't show any particular reaction that implies anything.
I'll go to the north.
Go to the north. You press it. Nothing in particular happens. I should note. The one on the south didn't get pressed directly by any of you yet. You touched the rest of the wall, but not it.
Yeah.
I'll go to the west.
You go to the west and you press it. Nothing in particular happens.
Well, one last one to check.
Go.
I'll go to the south.
You go to the south and you hear a, and it kind of like moves in, like it has like it lets you go further than any of the others, but then it pushes back to about 50%. But it's locked into that 50% position in a way none of the others were, with an audible click.
Hmm.
Dreadfar says, "Ah, I see. Before it may rise, it must fall. So perhaps we need to go down."
Yeah. I'll go in the same sequence that I did earlier.
The sequence works this time because the 8 has been pressed. And all of them press inwards. There's a clicking, clacking, clocking. And now, got the west, and all of them are pushed into 50%.
And then I'll
And-
press the south.
It comes in and out, but does not progress further.
Hmm.
You do note the rune feels colder right now.
Wait, did you say Rue?
The rune glowing
Rune,
above
oh.
where this is.
Rune.
Yeah, it feels colder, as if the wind around it's grown colder.
Is it rising? It's dropping in temperature. Oh,
Yeah, like almost like the temperature around it has fallen.
so I think you're doing it right, but I don't know what's after that.
We heat up. Does this look metallic?
No, so it's obsidian. It's made of obsidian.
Where are you gonna start heating that away? Maybe it is right.
Redfar paces around and says, "It seems that we've done 50% of the puzzle. Hmm.
And now I guess go back
Oh.
up.
Yeah, go back up.
Hmm.
So I'll go backwards.
All right, so you go to the west and you push
Yes.
in. It goes 100% of the way in. And as it happens, and Zion goes all the way around, the air around you starts to rise. You feel it billowing, your coats and such flapping around. And it gets hotter and hotter and hotter until it's a warm, hot breeze rolling in off of the rune as Zion pushes in the final section. All of them click in, and the heat thrums off, and you feel warmth. And there is a crack of wind, and suddenly all of the sails on the ships fill, and the anchors are dropped,
don't
so
leave
they
us.
they don't go too far. But there's a bit of a scramble to get things back under control. As Antuli says, "We have a great headwind. We need to head out right away and take advantage of this." And Zion, now that you've functionally used this rune, you realize why the functionality of it appears to be less obvious and more intuitive than a lot of the works that you've been looking at. The rune of rising wind relies upon a whiplash effect, first cooling, then heating. Its purpose in most systems is obfuscated as heating only, but that's a key aspect of how it impacts runic items. If not accounted for, it could lead to calamity. When used, it can create great effect. So, you've learned the lore of the rune of rising wind, Zion, and it seems that all of the ships have a full gale of wind behind them right now, and you're about to go make great time.
Hey, is this thing similar to my hot and cold stick that I bought?
Wonder What a curious suggestion.
So
We should
maybe.
probably go since we have a good wind.
Redfire says, yes, but this is so brilliant. And you can see they've been sketching in their notebook, and they're like, I'll have to commit as much of this to memory as I can and mark down all of the details. It's such fine work.
Tento is gonna ask Lion to look at his hot and cold sticks, see if there are like any runes or anything on it, or what? Because this does sound similar to his thing.
Wasn't this from
That lady, not lady, the person we got, was it a lady? I think it was Madame something.
It was a
forgot
lady.
where-
That's where we got the spider pants from.
Yeah, that's where we got the pants
Hmm.
from.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it once we're on the ship.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
The group
Well, let me get on the ship first.
hustles back to the ship. There's a great wind behind you, and the party is bolstered on far further than they were expecting to get.
Yay!
You find yourselves sailing with a strong wind through day and night, and for a time it dissipates. The captain summons you aboard your flagship, the primary cog, known
Okay,
as
I'm sure.
the Fair Trade.
Just in case we forgot.
Yes. So, a choice lies before you. And Keiko spreads it out and explains. We seem to have made great progress, but we overshot our expected course. That's fine. We'll make it there in more time anyway, but we have an unexpected choice to make. There is a pair of fertile islands known as the Rich Twins. They have no known permanent inhabitants, but people go there for hunting and making sacrifice. There is a port of scum and villainy, like to be rife with pirates. It's called Ukano. If we go there, we may learn more about pirate groups and individual powerful pirates in the region, but there are associated risks. She says, in the third option, we just sail past both, passing up opportunities to resupply and possibly sell the ship. Keiko says that she doesn't like Ukano because it tends to be rife with pirates and they do business with pirates, and so she looks down upon them. However, she knows that the group is potentially going up against the Sea Lord, may run into the Ninth House Master, and there's also 3 major Grail pirates who Lonnie has had dreams about. I don't know, Lonnie, have you shared those dreams with the party? That dream with the party?
Nope.
All right, well, just kidding. You don't know about them, but
I was gonna say I'd be more surprised when Lion does share it with us.
yeah. But you guys are, like aboard the ship. The question is here in the room, right? Are you going to favor? Would you rather do something? Do you want to go to the Fertile Islands, which have all sorts of creatures to hunt and such, but there could be whatever danger, and there's no people there in a permanent settlement capacity? Or would you rather go to a seedy port? Or, accepting that you're going to stretch your supplies a little further, but you'll still be fine. Because you packed a lot of supplies. Do you just carry on and ignore both of them?
I personally would like to go to the seedy place just because out of character sounds like a lot of fun to go to. In character, we need like information on what we're dealing with or what we could be dealing with.
Keiko says, I think Tinto has a point. As much as I hate these unsavory places. And then she looks at the rest of the crew, to the rest of the Shade of the Mountain, to get your opinion.
I think we should go to the hunting place if we're worried about supplies, because we could try to get something there. I don't know if we can get, shipworthy lumber and stuff, but we could try to find stuff there. And we do have Zion here who can probably process most of it. Right, Zion?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
sure.
anything.
Yes, I can.
The rich twins
Um,
certainly have plenty of lumber.
But I don't think we should go to the seedy place.
Mm.
We
Yeah.
have a rundown. I mean, we've made a lot of repairs. We fixed it up a lot. But for all intents and purposes, it is a rundown ship. We're gonna be a prime target if we go to a place like that in our current condition.
Keiko leans in and says, there is another way to play our card, however. You know what it looks like? It looks like we piratized that ship and are bringing it in as a prize. We could let people assume we did the damage and are now looking to sell it. Or fully repair it and add it to a fleet. We could make an apparent weakness out to appear as a strength instead. But we could also avoid all of the scum and villainy and pirates and having to hold back against them. Instead, yes, go find fresh lumber, which wouldn't cost us any gold, just time, and food. And besides, I've seen what you've been able to do with those miraculous shields, Zion, she gesticulates. We would be able to perhaps find other creatures of note, with reagents or resources worth having. What do you think, Zion, Lonnie? Keiko continues.
I think having an extra ship is pretty nice.
What was that? Kai, what was that?
I said I
So-
think having an extra ship would be pretty nice. So fixing up the ship.
And but you want to go fix up the ship on the islands, not in the port.
Yeah.
All right. So that's 2 for the rich twins, 1 for Ukanu. Lonnie, Keiko looks to you. What do you want to do? Do you reveal at this juncture that you have 3 major pirates you're looking for intel on, or?
I mean, Lonnie would cast her vote for the islands, but maybe send only like some of our ships to, so that like if they do, because I don't know if they're gonna do anything like while we're there, but like if they try to come after us afterwards, then they'll be expecting a smaller fleet than we actually have.
Wait. So you're casting a vote for sending some boats to one place and some boats to another?
No, just like some boats to the port
Okay.
to like, get supplies and stuff, and that way, like if they do try to do anything to us, like because I don't think they'll do anything while we're there.
Okay.
But if they try to do everything after to us after we leave, they'll expect like 1 or 2 ships instead of like 4.
So they don't realize you have 3. I see. So you want to send. Okay. So you actually vote for Ukano.
Yes.
Okay. So, Keiko scratches his head and says, well, there's about a day before we need to meaningfully decide. We'll reconvene tomorrow, and if it's still hung, we'll have Treadfar as expedition leader make the high decider. They were hoping to leave it to us, but I think they can cast a
This is
deciding
what
vote if it
happens
comes
when
down
you
to
have
it.
an even number of players.
I mean, if we had a fifth player, they could just say, I abstain, you know? You could always
Wait, that
wind
was an
up...
option?
Shush. So you guys, yeah, so the day progresses and you guys head back to your respective ships. And here's what happens. Lonnie, you're aboard the main ship, and its boards and timbers are proud. The cog reels high. Rashuna is at the main weapon. Kyrak finds you and says, Lonnie, how have you been? It's been so chaotic these past few days. To think, when first we met, we were at the edge of a desert. Now, we are surrounded by the sea. He looks off in the middle distance.
Well, some people call the desert a sea.
True, a sea of sand. And it is rich, and there is water. The creatures that live below and come out at night. The great reservoirs built up within the cactus and the camel. And of course, as we met all too terribly well, blood beneath the sand.
But it's been. I mean, I guess it's been as good as it can be.
Coming through.
really-
Abdiel quickly jumps between you and Kyrak, who has as the people continue to do shit.
I just hope we get to our destination sooner rather than later.
For me, I see why. But for me, I love the journey. It's about not just where you're going, but the process. And look at the friends we made along the way. And Phytar says, yeah. And the people we've brought into the fold. And you see, like, Marty and his fellows, you know, Marty has crutches. Everyone else is up and about. They're gaunt, but, like, they're full of energy again. And while there's a sadness to them, they're clearly back at it, heaving, hoeing, pulling ropes, putting their back into it. And Kyrak says, think of the wonderful people we've met. The lives we've changed. People from sheep. Sheep to people, maybe. I am not too sure about everything we've done with magic. And the dangers we've overcome. You went right into the Hag's Maw and defeated a coven. I mean, if we just teleported where we were going, none of this would have ever happened. But, at the same time, all things do need a good end. Like a life. Yes. Kyrak nods and says, every life deserves a good end. And for denying it to those sailors, yes, this so-called Sea Lord will pay. But one can't be too caught up on vengeance, can one? He looks at you and says, oh, and forgive me for prying, but you've been looking paler than usual when you wake up, sometimes. Bad dreams?
Yeah. And I guess just some general worries. Do you know a lot of stories from the sea?
Oh. I have gathered sea stories from every port of the southeastern realm. Yes, I know more than a few tales of the sea. Are you looking to hear a story about bravery and greed, treasure, adventure, romance, death?
I suppose you don't know about the Sea Lord.
The Sea Lord.
I
know about
we.
I know about the Sea Lords. I could tell you the history he evokes.
Well, I mean, I guess that's more of a concern for the crew as a whole.
Certainly, we could.
Do you know
we could have a
anything
little get together and at night and do like a little like call and response thing, and make it a whole production.
I I've also heard some concerning stories about the Grail pirates and how they're in this area, and the captains sound kind of terrifying. I don't suppose you've heard anything about them.
Ah, the Grail Pirates. Yes, they're one of the more infamous organizations. The stories have begun to grow, although they are not old stories. Not like the stories of the Sea Lord. He pauses, and he says, I have heard one story. There is a woman they call Grace the Golden. They say in her hands she draws steel like fire, and her hands move faster than lightning. That what flits between her blades can tear asunder anything. Frankly, sometimes Tento reminds me of these stories. I hear she was a great and terrible pirate, but she'd gotten on in age. But they say that now she looks as young as when she first set a foot on a ship, decades ago.
Do you know if Treadfar knows about this? Does it relate to their research?
I suppose it would. Yes, perhaps I should say more about it to them. Ooh, perhaps we could. I think that we've got a good queue of stories going here. Maybe we should have a little dinner time, story time, shouldn't we? Maybe get the morale up.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah, that
love
sounds
telling
great.
stories. It's just like when the great Garenyu took people who had only 2 days of food through 20 days and 20 nights. They were gathered in a caravanserai that had been overrun in a sandstorm. But the stories brought laughter and tears and joy and questions and responses, such that their bellies were full of excitement, and they did not starve. And when the sand finally shifted away, they all emerged, none the thinner.
Yeah, we should gather everyone to share stories.
Yeah, so Kyrax like story time. And just-
Lonnie's like info.
So Kyrak is very happy for story time, and that's more or less what he's down for. After the vote, after that initial high vote, Kabancho, Zion, Tento, do you have like a further conversation? Do you try and like rope Lonnie into a further conversation? Do you just head back to your ship and you're like, yeah, we'll figure it out tomorrow? Do you go talk to anyone?
I bring up my point of like getting more info on a very probably dangerous person and potentially more dangerous.
And would you hang around so Lonnie was here to tell us, or do you just you?
No, I don't need to convince her.
Yeah, you, your boy, and it are here.
Yeah, it.
Yeah,
Zion.
Yeah, Zion. it's my boy. Well, I guess he's not really my boy.
You heard Leech, you're it.
Kabancho and my robot.
My Kabancho, my robot, my thief, my oracle.
My that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that brings up points. Like, you sure you guys don't want to know?
I mean,
if
if we don't ever meet them, we don't need information on them, right?
But like, with our luck, we're gonna meet them.
And
Our
we're gonna meet
luck
them for
or
sure if we
Kabancho's luck?
search them out. Wait, whoa.
Come on, Chad, you do like a
Zion.
turn back, right?
That's called for. I mean, I'm sure you're
You know-
tracking everything and recording everything down.
No, that you bring up a very good
But-
point, Zion. It's probably Kabancho's fault that we run into this shit all the time.
Tento, half of the shit we deal with is your mess.
That's not true at
What
all.
he says is true.
Which part?
All of
Half
it?
of half of what we deal with is also your problem.
Where are we? Are we like
Well,
with the crew
other
or are we
half is
away from the
his
crew?
problems.
We're on the side boat.
Oh, so I'm not even here, am I?
No.
Okay.
You're on the unless you jump
I
over,
mean,
you're wandering.
You do, Lonnie, note that Tento seems to have Kabancho and Zion together somewhat conspiratorially by the prow. Trying to stop them. Given how
They're plotting against you. Be careful.
Well, I mean, given how the vote went, I mean, you could roll an insight if you want to make an assumption, I guess.
No.
But-
There's not much to do on a boat, especially when one is as deemed up as theirs.
What?
The
Ye of little faith
besides
of
the
Zion.
fact, yeah. Besides that, I do think we should, because I'm sure we're gonna meet at least one of these groups of interest. Might as well get more info about them. Yeah?
It'll be easier for me to repair the ship on the
That's-
island rather than at a busy port.
But
But I guess the idea is
Yeah.
that it's not on you to repair if we go to port and get people and hire people.
the other
we
place is
have-
just is a weird island that no one really stays at.
We have the coin for that.
I mean, I'm assuming the ship does.
The ship. This
Also-
ship. This
No,
ship
not
has
this
been
ship, like-
robbed.
Not this ship specifically, but
I
like
think he meant the
this
crew.
fleet, as in like
Yeah.
everyone here, like the crew. Like I don't know these boat terminologies.
Also, I don't think you can't guarantee finding people to, be able to help us work on the ship because
What do
the
you
other
mean? It's a
area,
port. It's a harbor.
it's not a.
I mean, yeah, the people are seedy, but
It's-
pirates need repairs too, don't they? Or right?
Okay, are you arguing that we should go there or should not go there?
No, I'm saying we shouldn't go there, but never mind.
Because I'm sorry, I misunderstood because I thought you meant you want to go to the Rich Twins, but I don't think that place has a port. I think it just has a place
No, it
where people
doesn't.
can. Yeah,
I'm relying on Zion's abilities to finish out the repairs, and maybe we find and discover new things there. Like clearly something happens there ritualistically.
yeah, but that's like none of our business. You can do people can do whatever they want to do. They want to, but like, I doubt
at the
those people will
port.
have information. Okay, sorry, go on.
No, so like, I'm not saying go to the port. I'm saying we don't need to.
I think we need to find out what's going on. Like, we should probably know what the bigger threats are. If I don't know, maybe Keiko and maybe Trefar knows about them. Maybe they do. Actually, we didn't really ask them, did we?
No.
But
No,
if they don't,
I mean, we were talking about the pirate lord in front of them. If they knew something, they probably would have spoken up.
I'm gonna
Say- say-
message Lonnie in the other ship if it's within what is it, 120 feet?
Yeah, the other ship's 120 feet. You can
Yeah,
absolutely pop a
120
message
feet.
spell. Yeah, what do you?
Yeah.
Lonnie's over there seeing y'all in the little trifecta at the prow. Hey, pal.
Are you live?
Yeah, we got 30 minutes. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Hey Lonnie, can you ask if Fedfar and the captain know anything about what are we asking him about?
The pirate
just the
lord.
larger, the pirate lord, and
The
any other
pirate
larger
lords.
threats.
And other larger threats.
I believe the other larger threat was the Grail pirates.
I don't know if we know about them. That's the thing.
Well, we met the Grail pirates at the other.
Yes, we
I-
met them, but we don't know they're bad though. So we can't just assume that they are.
I mean,
What?
that's fair. We haven't seen them do evil deeds.
Yeah, we just know that they're another.
They call themselves pirates. And they act like pirates.
They didn't act like pirates.
And they were trying to be hired as thugs.
Does it look
I
like
hate-
a pirate? Do they
I hate
quack
to
like a
I hate to
pirate?
break it to you, Kavancha, but we were also hired like to act like thugs.
Not to act like thugs. Well, you might have been, but
I hate to break it to you, but we've been hired to do that kind of stuff too.
Shade
So
farm boy.
I don't
being
know
hired to
what
do
the difference.
specific thing is not to be thugs.
We got hired to do specific things too, to take out the other family. So I don't know how that's any different from the stuff we usually do.
Yeah, we rejected that offer.
But we also had gotten offers like that too, because people think we will like those offers, right?
And they were also desperate enough to hire thugs or pirates.
Yeah, there's no difference to them. It's just whoever can take the money.
Tony's gonna go ask
But-
Keiko and Treadfar, and also slip in asking about the Grail Pirates while she's at it.
All right, so you're gonna ask Keiko and Treadfar. What do you want to hit them up about?
The others were wondering if you two knew more about the other threats in the sea that we might run across, like this pirate lord that attacked the other ship, or
Keiko
the
says,
Grail Pirates that we saw at the port.
"Ah, yes, the Grail Pirates. They are an infamous outfit. Allegedly, and this is of interest to Treadfar, who knows a little bit more, they found a way to prevent or slow the aging of their crew members. Several infamous and well-experienced older pirates who've lived through decades of piracy appear young and spry again and are in their service. It's not clear how it happens, but their iconography is all based around a grail." Yes, according to my research, Treadfar says, pulling out some papers and showing a weird picture with Dagorian script on it, it would appear as if, though, their grail holds distinct similarities to a certain Iskadonian artifact that was supposed to have been lost in the sea during the sacking of a temple a long, long time ago, when there was still a lot of conflict around the great city of Actigoros.
I don't suppose you have like a drawing of this grail, or just have like any distinct features.
They're holding up a drawing of the grail. They're holding it up.
Does it look familiar? If it was like, it is assuming that
Huh.
it was like bigger and maybe moon sized.
Yeah, maybe if it was like moon-sized, actually, it's a dead fucking ringer for it. It's a dead fucking
It was
ringer.
moon size.
Yeah, no. It looks all.
I agree.
It looks like some details are a little different, but the sort of thing that an artist who'd never seen it themselves but was going off a close description might get wrong. It's still real. It's a dead ringer otherwise. Yeah.
And how do I word this? Where I heard that there's 3 captains. Do they specialize in anything? I heard one's really good with the sword.
Oh, Grace the Golden. Yes. To the best of my knowledge, she's a pure meld wielder, not unlike Tento. She's infamous, never lost a duel. Hundreds dead below her blades. Not only that, they say her blades can cut through giant beasts like nothing.
What about the other 2?
Seiku is an interesting case. He's a cleric. Not much is known about him, and he doesn't seem to have been a pirate for long. Then there's drowned Tyla. She's the most changed by, I believe, the Grail's magics. They say she's taken on a crustacean appearance and has a red glow to her eyes. Other than that, it's believed she's very silent, but her crew is known to be absolutely loyal to her.
What does she usually do? And does she use her crustacean powers now that she has them?
Based on the accounts I'm familiar with, she does fight with a crab arm. So, reports are spotty, but they indicate that. I mean, the stories get pretty strange. But I believe that all of the Grail pirates are touched in some way by a magical influence. I think she wields a unique one, though. It's hard to say. There were contradictory reports and stories of people who can turn themselves 5 stories tall, and there's spells that can do that, but what are the odds they have them? It's all sorts of vagaries, I'm afraid. I am reliably informed that they have a pretty healthy fleet, but they're reducing activity and heading east. It was frankly a little odd to see that ship so far west, but even they seem to be heading east.
Are we heading east?
Yeah, you're heading east.
Okay.
Indeed, I believe that there's an assembly. We believe that the Grail pirates were assembling their fleet to go reaving either in the Woke waters or perhaps the Three Brothers. We thought they were leaving the Albardian Empire's waters and heading far away.
And how close are they with each other? If one of them had a goal, would the others help them
They work
with
together
that goal?
incredibly closely. It's doubtful that any of them are. I mean, they're pirates at the end of the day, Keiko leans in and says. I suspect that for all their camaraderie and mutual consumption of whatever it is, and Novin says, I hear they drink blood out of the Grail, but I'm just a novice. Yes, you are, Novin. Now, if you'd please fluff the pillows again.
No,
He just acknowledged
He needs
it.
a promotion. He needs to be seen for a promotion.
And Dreadfar says, yes, well, there could be something related to blood in the Grail, but, we can't jump to conclusions.
Is Rashuna actually in this room right now?
Novin, Treadfar, and Keiko are.
Oh, okay. For some reason, Rashuna is showing.
Oh, the reason.
Oh, she's below deck.
No, she's 15 feet up, but she's sometimes phasing through because of how it's done. Yeah.
Can Ani just reach over and just kind of close the door?
Oop. Yep.
So it'd be a bad thing if they had a reason to come here.
What do you mean a reason to come here? You mean where we are?
So I have a tendency to have dreams that might hint at what's to come. And I saw the 3 of them, I think. Although there was no crab arm. But I saw a big grail that looks just like that. And there is someone with golden hair and 2 pillars. And Treadford thinks that might be Grace. And I'm a little bit concerned about that.
Keiko puts her head in her hand and she says, even with everything we have, even with you, we couldn't stand against the Grail pirates if they were moving against us in force. They're gathering all of their ships together for something. You dream of the future, but you're not always there, right? You sometimes dream of things that you have some reason to believe they're coming after us.
It's hard. It's a little hard to say. Unfortunately, interpreting dreams is quite a difficult craft.
Redfar says, yes, I attempted to assist. I don't think anything indicated that they were coming to where we are coordinate-wise, but I do believe it implied strongly that Lonnie was going to rush into crossing paths with Tylara and be stuck between 3 of them.
Yeah.
Keiko rubs her head and says, and pray to whatever saints you prefer that doesn't happen. She rests her hand on her hilt and says, I never back down from a thief or a rapscallion. But I'm not a legend. I'm not intending to be part of Grace's. If we see red sails on the horizon, we're gonna have to cut and run. And if we can't run, well, we've gotten us this far.
Do you think other pirates would be privy to what they would be up to?
It's possible. The Grail pirates are a unique mix. In one sense, they're a tightly knit brotherhood, but in another sense, a lot of them are actually retirees from other pirate outfits. This means they have connections across all sorts of pirate groups. If old Pegleg Joe, the 60-year-old, is getting out of the trade, and then all of a sudden he's sprightly and still peg-legged, as a Grail pirate, well, he's not in your crew anymore, but you still know him, and, you know, perhaps you run into him at the tavern. Redfar says yes. And frankly, I'm sure that it's the subject of all sorts of rumors. I'll bet people are trying to keep up with and learn about the Grail pirates. They don't want to be in competing waters against this powerful fleet, so they'd all be interested in their movements. Not only that, but the personal connections mean that they probably have information about certain key crew members. The only one I can think that wouldn't be true for is Seku. As far as we can tell, he only became a pirate very recently, and yet he's one of the 3 commanding pirate captains. That's a mystery, but the others we should be able to gain some information on, but talking to pirates can be a bit unsavory. Redfar kind of looks and adjusts their collar, but I'm sure it's, well, I trust that the Shade of the Mountain can handle themselves, both in the light of day and the shade of the mountain.
Speaking of which, Zion asked for this information, so I think I'm just gonna go tell it,
Of
more
course.
about what we may come across.
Absolutely. And as for the Pirate Lord, to our understanding, he somehow has a traditional Kehoe war vessel, not unlike one of the ones that we saw off the coast while we were leaving, off the coast of our province. The province that Sorjo is in, rather. Safu province. Not unlike one of the ones under the command... Well, you get my point. It's a significant vessel of war, and it's not supposed to do well in deep water. So, there are curious questions about how it's all the way out here.
Are you sure it's not an exaggeration of a story?
There are enough independent confirmations that it seems to be the case, and you saw all those arrows, Lonnie. The deck of a regular ship can't support that many archers, and based on the incline, impact, and some of the bodies, it looks like indirect Yumi archer fire en masse. These weren't pirate sharpshooters. They had a division of longbowmen aboard, with room to fire. And Atakabune is essentially a floating fortress. There's not a lot of other ships I can think of that they'd be able to fight like that from.
Yeah, I'm going to let the others know. Thank you.
Of course. And do you want to like wave down Juntuli and actually go over there now?
No, I'm gonna
You're gonna message.
ask Sky Turner and just also pop another guidance.
Yep. You see,
Just have Pytar throw you.
Casey just whistles. The whistles. The Skyturner grabs her, and there's a sudden dip as she goes below the level, and just barely scrambles up. And Lonnie, your knees are about to hit below onto the side of the Ballinger. Give me a acrobatics. Skyturner's flapping as hard as he can.
As we're talking, we just see Lonnie roll into the onto the ship. Oh, I saw that one. I saw that one.
Scramble up, and this guy goes, "Oh, sorry," and heads back to the crow's nest. Yeah, so
Maybe I should just stay on the ship now.
Lonnie rolls and dusts off her pants, and Lumi kind of makes like a tongue at her from the other ship.
You okay there, Lonnie? I feel
No!
like Why didn't Why didn't you just like go on top of the crow's nest and just glide down?
Maybe I'll just. Oh, I should have brought the cloak over here. How am I gonna get back over?
You can have Zion throw you.
I mean, do you
I
really
need
need to go
to
back?
understand. You want to know stuff about what else is on the ocean that we can run into?
Yeah. Can you wanna? Do you want us to come to you, or should we?
I'm already here, Scout. What do you mean, come to me?
I mean, like walk down to you, or do you want to just keep yelling across the ship?
Everyone pretends to politely not hear this.
Yeah, they're just like.
Oh, the headhunter does come over and say, "Hey, I heard a rumor that we're talking about potentially going to an island known as Ukanu. Is that true?"
It is
I-
a rumor.
I didn't ask the captain about that.
Well,
I
if
wasn't
it-
aware there was such a rumor.
Is there anything
Well-
else you want to say beyond that?
well, if it's true, I am a headhunter. It's been some time, but I believe there's someone lying low there. A terrible criminal trying to hide out from justice in Isfahan. You seem like good sorts. I assume that you would bring in evil people for a just reward. Alive, of course.
What happens to be his name or their name? Sorry.
Oh, his name? He is Pondaru, the Pilferer, renowned raider and vagabond, who plundered the outlying villages and oases of the eastern border until great hunting parties crossed hunting for him, slaying all his forces. He alone escaped aboard a ship and hides now in some wretched drinking hole. It's all right.
That's he's just coughing after that.
It's all right. Pat's cooking some good shit. So you know,
Handle the airborne spice.
I'm allergic to flavor. You know? I'm we're gonna eat fucking good tonight. I tell you what. But yeah. So Mr. Headhunter, is just kind of lets you know that, and says, "Oh well, sorry for intruding." And he says, "Oh, by the way, you saved me, but I never got to properly introduce myself. My name is Haruto. Haruto the Headhunter."
I thought you were just gonna be named Sheep. My bad.
He says, recognition for everything you've done for me. I'm gonna overlook that one.
Oh, I was rude. Jeez.
That's what I just thought it was in my head. I just said it out loud. My bad.
He says, "Well, if you need me, I'll be around. I'm really good at hunting heads. I have a way of sniffing out criminals with bounties who've been engaged in dark activities, stolen from others to add to their own wealth, and need to be caught and brought to justice. Why, they say I might even be the next Senjin of the Thousand Blades. You know, in a few years, after I get my reputation up."
That's just like.
I believe in you, buddy.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
you
Kabancho.
got this, man.
Thank you, Tento. You're such great role models. I really appreciate that. And he heads off to keep doing his shit work.
I
Like-
hope he remembers you for the longest time, Tento. Because if he knows you, I'm sure he can capture anyone.
I was gonna say, technically, he hasn't done anything to me yet. I'm quite surprised, actually. If he's supposed to be like, I guess it's like a regional thing. Huh. I guess I've been slacking. I thought it'd be known a lot farther away.
I mean,
Whatever.
people this far out know about the Shade of the Mountain, but they seem to know less about the individual people of the Shade of the Mountain.
There's also the fact that, like, is he gonna profile every halfling
Halfling?
named Tento he meets? Like,
That's
mean,
fair.
kinda sus.
That's fair.
You're,
That's
you're,
fair.
you're, you're clearly not an infamous cat burglar who does or does not work with a strange accomplice, but maybe alone. You've got like a group of people, and you're like,
Also,
a good guy.
I'd like to
Yeah.
think that people of the sea would know better than to trust the story about the mermaids.
That's probably true too. Okay, so what are you saying, Lonnie? About threats and other things? What?
Is the headhunter still around?
The headhunter's headed
Okay,
away.
now.
You guys have privacy. Take all of them.
So they're I
Bless
found
you,
out there were
Jesus.
multiple accounts about the Sea Lord. And it's rather odd that he's able to have that kind of ship out in deep waters because it's not supposed to happen. But
Mhm.
they don't know of any other ship that could hold that many Yumi archers. So it's just all rather odd. But also we might have to worry about the Grail pirates. Not sure. They've had some weird activities, and I may or may not have had a dream about encountering them. And there's
what?
3 of them, and there's
Hey, no, you can't just skip past that part. Excuse me, Lonnie.
What do you mean?
Um,
Let's
did
just
you
turn that
see?
back a little bit. Yeah.
There's 3 of them, and one's a cleric that joined recently, and another one uses pure mellows like you do.
That's weird.
And one apparently has a weird crab arm now. They turned younger recently
Hey, Lonnie,
somehow.
I know we've been talking about this Grail. Is it? I cannot pronounce this name, but is it this Latani? Whatever. Lutan. Lutani? Litany?
Brittany.
Yeah. Is Lee gone?
I'm here. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Is it the scale? Is it when they bring up the Grail, I was like, is it the Grail? I was like,
The litany speaks of the ancient Dagorians and those who brought the first communion in blood. It speaks to life everlasting, journeys unending, power unyielding, and the strength to drive out the beasts from the forests, the sea, the sky, the hells, and even the dark lurkers of the crypt. Those who lusted for the Grail's power, however, were least fit to hold it. Thus the Temple of the Grail was erected, and it held there. The Temple of the Grail was sacked, and as the Iskadonians who sought it closed in, the priests toss it into the sea rather than let it be taken. The Grail ever flows with blood, and it is said to leave a vast wake of it as it traverses the seas, painting all it finds there. Some stories say the Mer peoples found the Grail. Others it lurks in an unopened tomb in Iskadonia. But I know the truth, dear reader. The Grail awaits only the right hand to wield it, and no God. This is the power that you seek.
I'll just ask
that
Lonnie
would be
if it-
pretty menacing if there was a group of pirates dedicated to that
Yeah,
Grail. Not
that's-
only
that's
dedicated
why
to it, but
I-
actively wielding it. You letting them do things like, gosh, I don't know, de-age old pirates who have like
That's what
50
I'm
years of
asking.
experience and are now at their prime of youth.
That's what I'm asking Lonnie. It's like, is it
Yeah.
this Grail that you're talking about?
It could
That
be.
they're talking about, Lonnie?
couldn't be.
Right? It's not.
It'd be kind of scary, wouldn't it?
Do you know if it's that Grail?
Treadfire would have a better idea, but there was
Is Treadfire
definitely
over
some
there on
red
the boat?
liquid flowing from a Grail.
Oh. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that shit's bad news, guys. Like bad news. And if they have it, that's even worse. Well,
One of them's a cleric, maybe they have something to do with. I didn't really ask too much about the timeline, but apparently the cleric joined more recently, and the and so and one of them returned recently to just a lot younger.
Is
Maybe it
do
was
you
at the
know
same
if the
time.
cleric? Do you know if the cleric is Iskadonian?
No, what was the name again? Seiron?
Seiku.
Seiku?
It would immediately strike you as more of like a southern name from beyond the Albanian. Maybe Zarakanosi could be Albanian, but no, from the continent to the south of the Festin. That the like the isthmus that you guys are on north campaign goes on to. So like Nwoke, the three brothers, Zaraka are down there. Sounds like a name from down there. Seiku.
Okay, well, I don't know how the fuck he got the Grail. That's weird. But sorry, go on, Lonnie. You saw these people in your dream, which you just told us now instead of yesterday. But go on, yeah. What else did they have to say?
The one with the crab arm was very mad because apparently the oracle powers were supposed to be hers.
That's actually Tento coughing like that. Okay.
Lonnie, are you talking about your powers?
No, she's talking about someone else's. What do you think?
I mean, there's more than one oracle, right, Lonnie? Is it just one?
They're rather rare.
Yeah, so it's not just Lon, right?
I get what you're saying, Kabancho.
Also looked very viney, right? Red viney. If I remember correctly, Lee.
Which part looked red viney?
Like beneath the deck.
When she was in the dream.
There were some red vine vibes. The deck was overflowing with water, but the boards looked rotted, as if though the ship had been overgrown.
I get what you're saying, Kaban.
Operate under the assumption that it is me, though.
All right. So let me get this straight. These people the Grail, and if it's the Grail that we're thinking of, it's a very bad Grail. And those people just might be after you because you stole one of their top 3 people's powers. Not stole, I guess, but like have a power that was supposed to be. They'll put in quotes, supposed to be hers. Am I following this correctly?
Yeah. And this may or may not be not the first time I dreamt of that particular person.
Wait, what? Just repeat that for the people in the back. What?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know she was a pirate. I thought she was a druid in the middle of the ocean.
Well, that's fair. I mean, I guess you don't want to just jump to conclusions like that, but of all the clues we have now she knows she's a pirate, and they might
she
or
also
might not.
didn't have a crab arm before in my dreams, but now she
was
has
that a recent
arms.
addition?
Oh, okay.
That was a
I thought
recent
you
addition.
meant like she had a crab arm before, because that seems like a pretty unique thing for a person
That's
to
a pretty
have.
pirate thing.
No, not even a pirate. That's a pretty unique thing. Like you
yeah.
can just ask about crab claw hands.
You should get crab arms now.
Yeah. Okay, so
Zion jots it down.
yeah, stop.
Ah,
Do it
shit.
to mock her. So, okay, let's turn this back real quick. What is the best case scenario in this situation?
We don't go to the
We
harbor.
don't ever meet them.
We don't ever meet them. All right.
Well,
Now, what's the
people
realistic
at the harbor
situation?
might know where they are, so that we can maybe better avoid them.
Or the people at the harbor are gonna sell you out, because
I mean, that's
maybe
only if she
influential
goes.
group is looking for you.
That's only if she goes, though.
You don't have to go.
I mean,
Steady
Honestly,
as
guys,
she goes,
when have we
steady.
ever had a chance of one of us goes and we all don't get recognized? Or that one of us goes somewhere and they don't know about
It's
our
so
other
fucking good,
party
Pat.
members?
Wait a second.
Scout,
Kabant.
Scout
Sorry, go on.
could go. I mean, the halfling on the ocean's not that weird.
Yeah, I could wear a mask.
And you trust
And
Penta to
Kambancho-
go alone.
And Kambancho, you have those new fancy pants.
Yeah, I'm probably the person that could get away with not being straight up like recognized now.
Oh, I'll just put a mask on. What are they gonna? They're gonna assume that every halfling is deaf like a Dento. Come on now, that's silly.
Join me. In the zone.
One of these days, one of
Be
us
aware
will
that
get
Dax is
disguised
not
self.
reliable. Hey.
Not like
One
that
of these days.
hasn't happened already or anything.
So,
One of these days, we'll actually be able to make disguises for our fucking
one of these
group.
days.
I
So,
can make
as
this,
the
guys.
party-
I have the disguise kit,
As
guys.
the party works on their Juniper, she's at dinner, right? Okay. As the party works on their plan and decides where they'll go, we're just throwing rice ovals on top of the dog now. We pan out and see the gulls above, the seagulls. You see seagulls above Lee's lulls, and as we pull out, we wonder, where will our brave heroes go next session? What will they choose to do? And who is that woman in the dream? Pirate? Druid? Druid pirate.
Mom?
Mom. Find out next time on Call of the Sea, a high road adventure. Also, if you need stock art for your tabletop role-playing game, find us on where all good tabletop are sold. Also, Change Stars coming soon. Also, Adventure I wrote coming soon. Also, Dark Souls Fire. What's the one? Shadow Dark Adventure I wrote coming soon. We're all coming soon. Find us on all of our links. I'm gonna develop this into a better outro that shields stuff. But appreciate those who are here with us tonight. Before we let you go, however, we're going to do something we do in this channel called Feedback Phase. If you'd like to leave feedback for us, please do so in the Discord and the links. However, first, we're going to go over our player feedback. That's right. So, hit them with it. Kai, favorite, least favorite, what you want to see more of.
All right. Well, it was a nice session today. Nice and relaxing. Nothing too intense going on, but needed every once in a while. And yeah, I just look forward to either the island or the port. Honestly, as Kai, I don't really care which one we go to.
In character, you got
I'm
something.
sure. Yeah. Yep, that's it for me.
All right. Well then. Jin.
Hey. I also like the chill session. After sort of a dungeon crawl boss fight. I'm excited to see what these islands can hold. I guess the pirate arc, but or like our next big conflict, kind of resembling the horn. And I'm wondering if you have like a pirate like stronghold, because you mentioned that we're gonna be diving into. It's gonna be the Hornage all over again. Hopefully minus the death. Yeah, I'm excited to see
Never mind.
where it leads us and what kind of criminal empire we get to potentially take down.
Very good, very good, very good. Bad. Darwin.
I had a lot of fun day. Lots of fun RP sessions. Just more of the like story and the story bits that you gave us are starting to like pan out.
Yeah.
Um,
I was
it's
so
always-
glad when you fucking brought up that book.
Yeah, because I was like, it's probably that, but like, Tento has no real reason to bring this up until like it become actually relevant.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, it's just a ship to Greyland. Who cares?
What? Imagine that sharing information's
I know.
beneficial.
This brings up to my next point. It's always fun hearing Lonnie share with us important information because it's always such like a bombastic like RP session of like, what do you mean? What's going on? You get that from us? I always find those moments fun.
It wasn't important at the time. What you talking about?
But yeah, that's it for me. Can't wait for next week. I'm gonna figure out what the fuck's going on. As per usual.
Right. And last but not least, I think it's Casey. Casey? I'm okay.
Yeah, fun RP session. And it was kind of fun, like just like seeing out, like, oh yeah, you know, like I don't know, like this seems like a long game. Like, hey, let's seed out the girl pirates here. Let's seed out this here, and yeah, that was pretty fun. Yeah, and like I think the choices for the port or the island is also like a fun choice, kind of like a choose your own adventure kind of thing. But yeah, just it was like a chill session, but like it was like in a good way. After intense dungeon crawling for like the last two.
Yeah, that back-to-back Dungeon Time raid. Oh, I'm sorry, I excited the dog by talking about Dungeon Time raid. But yeah. Right.
I look forward to definitely not dying for when we inevitably come across these three. Because we're totally not gonna get fucked over by these super strong sounding people.
I mean, why would we be fucked over? It'll be fine. Right, guys?
We'll
got
just talk
this.
it out. We'll just talk it
Yeah.
out.
Just talk it out.
Talk it out. Yeah, well, with that, we're going to be talking XP. Thank you for coming out, Dreamers, and please don't forget you can join the Discord and join the community. Doo-doo. I'm gonna get back to work. Good raid and now.